Some dope addicts are here.
I suppose there's there is a yeah, all right. Hey.
On this day.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, what's his real name?
Jeez,
That's not his real name?
Adam Ant.
Adam Ant is not his real name.
It's a Russian name.
No,
Let me look.
I got
Isn't
it.
it?
Yeah.
That's
On this day,
yeah.
he was born.
Oh, Adam Ant, but not born as Adam Ant.
No, his name is Stuart Leslie Goddard.
Leslie.
Russian.
Yeah, Leslie is not a punk rock
Stuart.
name.
Stuart is
is
either.
Stuart!
Well, okay, Adam Ant. And I hadn't heard that song for a long time, and I like it. But so what are they saying there? Oh, diddly fwa fwa. What are they?
It's just quack quack. Oh, diddly quack quack.
Quack quack. Oh, diddly quack quack. There's no reason.
You don't understand.
No reason, right?
I don't know.
You don't.
Yo, okay, Gina, tell me.
He
What
is
does that mean?
63.
I can't. If you don't get it on your own, I can't explain it.
Oh, does it have to do with what we were talking about off the air?
No, you'd understand that perfectly.
I would. So, hi.
Adam.
Adam Ant. I like that song.
Yeah.
The last I remember hearing anything about or out of Adam Ant was he was involved in a very serious altercation in a pub. And as I recall, he left the pub and then came back and threw a radiator through the window.
No, carburetor.
A carburetor, yeah. I knew it was some good, heavy car part.
Yeah.
Threw a carburetor through the window of the pub.
He's not well.
After that, no, he played here. I don't know, a year and a half ago. Sold out show at the complex. He's doing great.
He's doing fine.
Well, did you see the show?
No.
He threw a carburetor at the audience. It was terrible.
They loved it.
Yeah, Adam Ant. So Gina's really upset with Elizabeth Warren today.
Why do we have to leap right to that? We were having fun. Do we have Apollo 9?
Because I think it's so funny, your double standards.
No, the only Adam Ant we have are a couple of his solo things and Ant music is all. I mean, we have like Strip and Goody Two Shoes.
Yeah, I don't need to hear those.
Goody Two.
I like
Goody
Apollo 9.
I like Goody Two Shoes. That's a great song.
You know, the ones you hear enough.
And then the last time I ever saw Adam Ant was he was acting in Northern Exposure.
Oh,
he was playing a character on he was not on the whole series, but he was a recurring character for 3 or 4 episodes. And I think that's where I got the Russian thing. I think he had something to do with being a Russian on Northern Exposure.
Carrie, you should have gone to this.
What?
Carrie and I were talking about this off the
Carrie,
air.
again, you've screwed up.
What'd I do?
You and Elizabeth Warren.
What'd I do?
You're not making things better is what you're doing.
His tour, his 2017 tour,
Yeah.
performing the album Kings of the Wild Frontier in its entirety.
Oh, now see? That one takes me back to like high school because my friend Braden and Scott and I, we had one copy of that cassette and we pass it back and forth. Yeah. And then I buckled down with my paper route money and got the dual cassette recorder so I could make copies. And yeah.
See, Carrie?
See?
I feel like I owe Adam Ant a couple of shekels for those copies.
Go to his show next time he comes around.
You've let people down, Carrie.
I did.
No, you let yourself down.
I let myself down for not going. Because we were talking earlier about, it was announced yesterday that Weezer and Pixies are coming.
Ooh.
One show. It's not until August.
I'm not a huge Weezer fan, but I would love to see Pixies.
Well, we saw the Pixies, you remember.
We did?
We went to Denver and saw Pixies and The Cure.
Uh-huh. I do remember.
And so I was like, well, it's a Wednesday night. Do I go? Do I not go?
Yes.
It's at USANA. Do I go? Do I not go?
Well, it's at USANA.
Always go.
And so she was like the always go argument. And I'm like, yeah, but I saw Pixies when they were young and good.
Well, they're probably still
good.
Frank Black is still good.
I'm sure Frank is still good. But, you know, I don't know.
Well,
I say go.
And I said, it's not till August. I'll worry about it then.
And Gina says go, but you go to USANA on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And even if you, I mean, it's just.
Getting out of there. And,
God.
You can always find reasons to talk yourself out of going. Go.
Absolutely.
Go.
I think it's a wonderful human quality that you can do that. I talked myself out of doing heroin years ago, and I'm glad I could do that. All right.
Living Color came to the Speedway Cafe years ago, and it was on a school night.
Well, yeah.
And I said, oh, I'll catch them next time. And I didn't go, and I've never seen them live. And I regret
Are
that.
you going to go to
this
your
day.
grave? It's going to be one of the big regrets of your life.
It is. Oh,
Oh, it just-
seriously, it is.
If that is one of the big regrets of your life, you haven't lived it.
Exactly.
Or
I
she's
didn't
lived,
go.
or she's lived so much that that's the only regret.
I've done all the things.
I know her better than that, Carrie. I know her better than that.
What are your regrets? You can call and check in with us.
Yeah, check in.
Don't not call. You'll regret
You'll
not
regret.
calling.
Be on your
and-
deathbed going, I wish I would have called and checked it.
And your calls are not at Yosana. So
No,
877.
It's easy to get in and out.
Yeah, exactly. 877-602-9696. That's the phone number to call. Just check in with us. Give us just a little quick note about what you're doing today and how you're feeling and how much effort you're going to put out. And if you, then we'll judge how much effort we'll put out. It's 877-602-9696. Call and check in with Radio from Hell on X96. You might be wanting to check in and tell us about skiing. Skiing is really soon.
Oh, we're thinking about that now, are we?
And this is the annual Park City Ski Team fundraiser. It's the Park City Ski Swap and Sale. Zions Bank presents the 45th annual. 45 years they've been doing this. Wow. This is where you can buy ski equipment for a very, very good price.
And really good stuff.
Yeah. November 3rd through the 5th. So is today the 3rd? Yeah, so
Yes.
it starts today.
Today and tomorrow.
It's up at the Basin Recreation Fieldhouse New Park at Center Drive in Kimball Junction. That's just off I-80. There'll be signs everywhere when you go off I-80 onto Kimball Junction.
And this is a great thing. If you need ski or snowboard equipment for kids who outgrow stuff
Yep.
every year and that gets super expensive, this is a perfect place to go and get their stuff.
Boots, bindings, boards, poles, goggles, ski and snowboard clothing, whatever you need, you'll find at rock bottom prices. Now, the sooner you go to this, the better the selection. It gets, you know, as it goes on, people buy the stuff and they don't. So it starts tonight at 8 o'clock and goes to 1 in the morning.
Oh.
All right. And then Saturday 10 to 6 and Sunday 10 to 2. Proceeds benefit the Park City Ski Team. For more information, visit parkcityskiswap.com.
Dashboard Confessional, December 4th at the Complex. Doors open at... Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. 96.3 FM, X96.
Last week, these little girls came up to me.
Ow.
They come running up to me, and they go, and I mean they're like 12 years old or 11, and they go, "Are you Bill Allred?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Do you remember us?" And I said, "No." And they said, "You threw us out of that garage in your backyard a couple of weeks ago."
What? You had kids in your garage?
Not my garage, my neighbor. She has this old garage, and the
Wait a
top
minute.
of it.
No, do you have an infestation?
Yeah.
Is it
Of
like
little girls?
That's what it was like. It was an infestation of little girls. No! And the old garage has like a top, place that you can walk up some stairs and go into a second story, but it's just ramshackle. You know, you can see through the ceiling and the floorboard.
You ought not be walking around.
It's more of a shack than anything.
Yeah, and I realized there were some kids up there so I went over, and there were these little girls in there trying to clean it up and make a playhouse out of it. You know, and
a fort. We want a fort.
Yeah, and I was nice to him because I said I know how attractive this is to want to do this, but it's really not safe. Plus, it's filthy. And I mean, they had cleaning equipment in there and all of this kind of stuff. And I said, it's really not safe.
Yeah.
So and there were other kids coming down my driveway and stuff to go up there with them. And I said, so come on out and please don't do it anymore. And you know, they haven't. I could have I was going to put a lock on the door for my neighbor. And I haven't gotten around to it, but I don't think anybody's been up there since.
Yeah.
At least I don't think so. But then apparently there were some older kids who recognized me, apparently. So they were just really excited that they had been thrown out.
Kicked us out.
They kicked us out of that place.
Does that mean Jonesy's going to scream like that someday? No! Is that what girls do?
Yeah.
Hi. Being there for kids is super good fun.
Who is that? Who is that says super good fun?
It's a PSA for some kid thing.
But you don't know who it is?
No.
Hi. Being there for kids is super good fun.
I love that.
All it takes is a little know-how.
All it takes is a little know-how. Yeah, super good fun.
96.3 FM, X96. The show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986.
Who's with me?
Rates apply.
With
President
what?
Franken.
I'm
President Franken.
I'm with you.
Vice President Warren.
We're getting applause from
Dylan's
the
with
producer's booth.
President
I think
Franken.
that's done.
Absolutely.
That's done.
I mean, if a reality TV star can be president,
And a former,
if a washed-up old actor can be president,
then a Saturday Night Live alum. can be
Absolutely.
why
president.
not a comedian?
Speaking of which, Colin Quinn will be here.
Yes. Not washed up and
No.
not...
No.
But a former Saturday Night Live.
Yes. So let's get the program officially started, and then we'll take your check-ins. I believe there is a line open for check-ins. We've got Scott and Sean on the line, but there's one line open, 877-602-9696.
Opening the show, brought to you by 2 News. They have one job, prepare you for the day, protecting and empowering. Watch KUTV News this morning from 4:30 to 8:30 a.m.
Well, let's see. The moon, it sure looked great last night. Coming up in the east, over the mountains, it was just this gigantic, pure white disc.
You were hypnotized, weren't you?
I'll be poetic here. It looked like a big Alka-Seltzer in the sky. It's just beautiful. And then it quickly went behind the clouds, and I haven't seen it since. But it's out there, and it is 99.1% of full. The moon will be full at 11:22 this evening officially, but it's full enough for us right now to do this.
Everybody look at the moon. Everybody seeing the moon. The moon is white, is milky white. Everybody look at the moon. Oh. I did a song.
You can't look at the moon right now.
I don't know
it's
if you'll
cloudy.
I don't know if you'll get a chance to see it. It's too cloudy, but the moon will be up until 7:07 this morning. Today being Friday, it's the 3rd day of November in the year of our Lord 2017, and this is North America's most penalized radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi, and the senior executive producer and a lady-in-waiting to the Radio from Hell show is Richard Stedman. Dylan Allred is producing video, which you can see at x96.com/live. There'll be pictures to accompany the news. There'll be you can see us live in the studio right now. And Katie, for short, is here helping out. By the way, today is Housewives' Day.
Oh.
So...
How do you... I should have stayed home? Is that...
Well, you're not a housewife.
I don't think you're a housewife.
No,
No.
and you don't know anything about housewives.
I don't.
So you really don't.
Housewifery?
Yeah, you don't. And it's
I'm
also,
a terrible housewife.
and it's also a National Sandwich Day.
Oh, I can get behind that.
Yeah, so you know, of course, the history of the sandwich. John Montague, the 4th Earl of Sandwich, is credited with. It sounds like a joke, but he's credited with.
Where sandwich comes from?
Yeah, making the first sandwich in the Sandwich Islands, I
I
believe.
can't decide what my favorite food is. A nice hot sandwich, you know, in different kinds. Had a Cuban yesterday. It was very good.
Oh yes,
Nice hot sandwich, fish taco. Love a fish taco.
which is kind of a sandwich.
Or spaghetti.
You can't decide?
Have a spaghetti
Here's
sandwich.
the good news, Carrie. You don't have to decide.
But today's Sandwich Day, so have a spaghetti sandwich.
I'll have a spaghetti sandwich.
Spaghetti sandwich. All right, that's it.
Wrapped in a taco shell.
Sure.
Let's get.
Well, everything's good in a flour tortilla.
Yeah.
Wrap all that up in a tortilla and I'll be good.
Have yourself a flauta.
So check-ins. So it's brought to you by Lucky's Auto Credit. $77 and a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com. And for a Lucky Checker Inner, excuse me, you get tickets to see White Rabbit, Red Rabbit.
Tomorrow night.
With Bill Allred. Now, tomorrow, it's not just running tomorrow night, but the one with Bill is just tomorrow night. It's running through December 2nd. And with different readers for each performance. It's audaciously pointed, slyly humorous theater entertainment meets social experiment. We don't know what it is either. Just go and see what it is.
I'm in it and I don't know what it is.
Go to utahpresents.org for tickets.
All right. So people are staying away from that line too for some reason.
Does it have cooties?
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's broke.
877-602-9696. That line is open, but
All right.
we go to Scott or Sean. I don't know.
Did we break down what's happening on the show today?
No, but we will.
Okay. All right, check-ins begin. Let's go to Sean. Hello, Sean.
Sean.
Can you hear us, Sean?
Hi, Sean.
Oh, hang on. There he is.
Sean, hi.
That's my fault, Sean. Sorry. Now you
Good
can hear
morning.
us.
Good
Hi.
morning.
Good morning. What's up?
Just wondering how the lords and ladies are doing today.
By ladies, who do you mean?
I mean ladies, sorry.
Lady, that would be Gina. No,
That would be
Richie.
Gina.
That would be Richie.
I'm a lord.
Gina is a lord. Gina is a lord of morning radio. She really
Okay.
is.
She's an L-O-U-R-D-E.
I'm allured.
But
Lord, I am Lord.
So the only lady is the lady in waiting to the Radio from Hell show, which is Richard Stedman.
And if
or Katie is here today.
Yeah, the in waiting part of Richie is waiting for me to die.
Or one of us.
That's his career path.
quit.
No, it has to be me.
It has to be you?
Yes.
It has to be.
Because if you die, I'm not letting him be the third chair on the show.
Oh, that's true.
And I think that if
That's
so
true.
it
Yeah,
has to be me.
It has to be you. You have to get hit by a
He is waiting
a
for me
bus
to
or-
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have to get hit by a bus.
Because you two, you might let him be third chair. On
Aren't you really happy to be a part of this conversation, Sean?
Oh, sorry.
I am.
Hi, Sean.
Anything
great.
anything you'd like to add?
Well, regrets. I have a few. Really, just one.
Uh-huh.
I never went to see Chris Cornell when he came to the Depot a couple of years
Yep.
ago. I
See, this
couldn't
is what
find
I'm
anybody to go with me.
I would have gone with
Imagine
you.
that.
Now, will you go to your deathbed and you'll lie there, and just as you draw your last breath, will you say, "If I'd only seen Chris Cornell," and then
I'm afraid I might.
Yeah. Go to the show.
right.
Always go to the show.
All right.
all right, Sean. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you, Sean.
All right, thanks.
All right. Let's go to Scott.
Scott, hi.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, good morning. This is Scott.
Hi, Scott.
Hi,
That's why
Scott.
we said hi, Scott.
Hi, Scott.
So I do have a regret I wanted to tell you guys about. So in the early 90s, I lived in San Francisco, and I had tickets to Guns N' Roses and Metallica day concert at the Oakland Coliseum.
Oh, yeah.
It got canceled because James Hetfield burned his hand,
I remember that.
and I had to move to
I do.
Utah to come to school, and I didn't go back for the concert. They ended up tearing up the entire outfield right before the World Series when the A's were in the World Series.
Oh yeah.
And that was
I
a
remember
concert
that.
I missed, and I always regret it.
Yeah. Well, so you could have used those tickets if you'd gone back to.
Yeah,
for the
I
show.
ended up giving them to friends. I just didn't go back to the Bay Area. I stayed in Utah to stay in school.
What were you doing in school?
I just went. I got a degree in economics at the U and played baseball there.
Are you an economics and/or baseball player now?
I do use my economics degree. I'm a financial advisor.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Any baseball in your life these days?
Yeah, no. I mean, I coach my kids, but now it's
Yeah. Yeah.
in my mid 40s. It's
That must have been fun though to play baseball on a college team and on a university team. That must have been a lot of fun. Did you have any dreams of going further than that?
Oh, absolutely, but it's so competitive. You have to not get hurt. You have to be super amazing. It's just and in Utah, I mean, look at all the schools in California. They play year round. Here we're playing 9 months of the year, and it's just really hard.
And I bet you knew our dear friend Russell Toronto somewhere along the line, didn't you?
Well, no, I don't know.
You don't know Russell Toronto? He played for the U probably before you did, but he was a sports medicine doctor here in Salt Lake. And, all right. Thanks for checking in.
Have a good day, guys.
Yeah.
See you.
Any real Metallica fan, Bill, remembers well when James burned his hand.
I don't remember
You
that at all.
acted like that's
I do remember
not common knowledge.
I do
about
remember them tearing up the field, though, at that concert. Before
I like this one. Sorry, I can't call. I was just dispatched the creepy boxes to the crime lab. What was inside? Blood, skin, teeth, death's head moth? Thank you for the Silence of the Lambs reference. Who knows? Liz, the postal worker. Creepy boxes.
All right.
William.
Oh, William.
Oh, William.
How are you, William?
Oh, living the dream.
Really? What is the dream, William?
Oh, killing bugs and getting paid.
That's my sign off.
Killing
today, by
bugs
the
and
way.
getting paid.
That is, you give me my sign off, William.
You're the Orkin man or one of the pest guys, huh?
Yep.
All pro.
All pro. You know, wouldn't it be cool? You don't have one of those trucks that has a big bug on it, do you? On the roof.
No.
Wouldn't that be great though to drive around with a big bug on the roof of your car?
Oh, it would be. I mean, I serve a school, so it might scare some of the kids a little bit.
Exactly. All right, William.
All right, William.
Listen, keep your mask on.
Have a good day, guys.
I knew he'd like that. All right, William.
Teacher Emily checking in. Caught 10 students cheating yesterday. I have to talk to them today. At least 78%.
Get out the whip.
London friend of the program. It's Guy Fawkes weekend here in the UK, equivalent to the 4th of July in the States. So do what you will. Cheers.
Anonymous city cop. The week's almost over. Looking forward to the weekend. 2.5% today.
No, my snooze alarm went off during the moon song and I missed it.
Oh, too bad. Well, there'll be another full moon.
Yeah.
Maybe.
In a while.
Cupcake checking in with the post-surgery leg brace and crutches. Unfortunately, adding people's ass hattery to things that must go did not make it go away. Please hold open the mother-hugging doors.
Our friend Katie's going to have some,
Oh,
Katie
yeah?
for short, some meniscus or some
that's right.
surgery.
Oh, because she fell out of a tree.
Yeah, and it's not gotten better.
Yeah.
She's going to have surgery, and she'll be on crutches and stuff.
Peterbilt Brian checking in. Tim the Tree Guy checking in. The moon is in Tooele, and it's gorgeous, peeking through the clouds.
You can head out to Tooele and see the moon.
Let's see. Matt and Kayla driving to Mesa. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right.
There's enough. There's enough.
Is there enough?
Let's see. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, sounds like we have to do a show today.
It's a big show, actually. We got a lot going on.
Yeah, we do. We've got Best Question of the Week coming up. Before that, we'll do some news and traffic. And at 8 o'clock this morning, live in studio, I believe, Colin Quinn, who's a very, very funny man. Colin Quinn will be here.
All right. So all that and more on the way. Stand by for all of that. Gina, do you have some? Is there any? Because it's Friday and it's early.
Yeah, I have a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Crash SR-36. This is milepost 51 near the Army Depot in Tooele. So yeah, I think someone was distracted by the moon and was not paying attention, and they got into an accident. A crash occurs every 8 minutes, so to help save lives, law enforcement will be writing tickets for those who aren't buckled up. Support zero fatalities. Click it or ticket.
All right. Thank you.
Also coming up in the news, Kevin Spacey.
Yes, more.
Worse and worse.
It's icky, icky, icky.
All right.
All right. I know what I'm going to do this weekend.
You're going to stay in bed all weekend?
Pretty much.
Can you?
Well, I'm recording a geek show tomorrow.
Well, you should arrange to do a way to do that while sleeping on your mattress or being on your mattress for a mattress and just gather the Geek Show guys.
Oh, they'd do it.
Yeah.
I'd have to bring all the equipment up, though.
Well, listen, the fall asleep sale at Mattress Firm. Again, we've been mentioning this, and take advantage of this because you've got probably relatives maybe coming into town for the holidays, and you've got a guest room, and you always put the crappy mattress in the guest room. Well, there's no need to do that. Because at Mattress Firm, if you gift yourself with a new I-Series mattress, you'll get another mattress at 50% off. And Gina, is that mattress you have, is that an I-Series mattress?
Yeah, so it's this new memory foam technology. Sometimes people in the past would get memory foam and say, I sleep really hot on it. They have this new technology, like in the one I have, it's called Black Ice, and it keeps you cool.
Yeah. Sleep at a perfect temperature when you get that. The new and exclusive Beauty Rest Memory Foam Black Ice mattress. You can get it for $41 a month for 60 months. No interest on that. So 60 months 60 months of sleeping interest-free. Call 1-866-780-6220 for credit costs and terms. Subject to credit approval. Find a Mattress Firm store near you by going to mattressfirm.com.
The music starts at 10 with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
This is Trooper Lawrence.
The mayor of Salt Lake has joined us here. It's Ralph Becker, and there's bad blood here, Mayor Becker.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Mayor,
You know what it is? I'm hurt.
It's bad blood
I'm
here.
hurt.
The worst thing you can do is when you accept a gift from a woman, not use it.
When I'm visiting with her.
Yeah,
Yes,
especially.
exactly.
Yeah.
Hell hath no fury like a Barbary scorned.
I went all the way to Dillard's and bought you a tie.
All the way to Dillard's.
All the way to Dillard's and bought you a tie.
That's a good, mile, too, from your house, right?
I know what deep trouble is, and here I am. And, but I do want you to know, I have been wearing your tie regularly and proudly and advertising where I got it. Yeah,
See
right.
this? See this?
Yeah.
Gina Barbarian.
Is it getting deeper?
Easy to say.
Now, Mayor Becker, our producer, Richie, says he sent. I thought he had called you, but apparently he sent an email to your office saying you may want to wear the tie when you come to see. See, you didn't get
Mayor
it.
Becker going, I have an email address? What the?
Ralph Becker. Now we should say that Gina bought him a tie because you were tired of seeing him wear
This tie, the tie he's wearing right now. Because every time I got a mailer from you while you were campaigning, different pictures, but same tie. And I was concerned that people were going to think you only had one tie. I was worried about you.
You want to know how to get her, Mayor Becker? You want to know how to get her?
Yeah,
Look at her very seriously and say, "This tie was given to me by my dead mother."
Something like that.
You know, or
You know, the thing is that this is a Jerry Garcia tie, and I don't think my mother knows Jerry Garcia or knew him.
It was that nice Garcia fellow who lived down the street. He used to sell us squash.
Yeah. Mayor Becker, great. How's it going? I mean, are you enjoying being the mayor?
Made the transition and everything?
I'm having a great time. I've got great people around me working. The city's been so responsive. Everyone's jumping in to do things we need to do. So I'm feeling great.
I want to applaud you, by the way, for taking a bold stance and making what I think is one of the most significant moves I've ever seen a mayor make, and that is get rid of that ugly logo that Rocky Anderson had, and go back to the traditional city logo. I'm actually serious.
Bill really likes that logo.
I like the traditional logo, that mountainy kind of. That was a dumb logo for Salt Lake.
It's the important issues Bill pays attention to.
Well, I realize these are symbols of the city, so there is importance there. It was really just a matter of personal preference, and as I mentioned when someone asked me about it, he said, "Why'd you do it?" And I said, "Well, someone came to us and said you need to pick a logo for the city, and we'll develop one for you." And I said, "Well, I don't want to spend city's money to get a new logo." So we looked back at what was available. I really liked that one of the city county bill. I thought it was very distinguished, and
it's kind of formal looking and I think it represents you. I mean, you're a planner kind of a guy who likes detail, and that logo somehow says to me it's, I don't know how to say what I'm saying here.
I got you.
It's a very. It looks like it was done by an engineer, or something.
Well, I don't know. I think it looks good, and obviously represents the city. So.
Show in Utah. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but I mean, come on. We'll take what we can get. X96.
Dick. Anyway, 6:36.
Really? Why do you always laugh, Gina?
I'm laughing at Carrie.
Well, Carrie's not happy. Why are you laughing at him?
All right.
He's clearly disgruntled, and I am too.
Well,
and you seem to take amusement in that.
Let's just get to news. Big boy news and Opinioendo now brought to you by.
There's nothing but the road. Sean Hogan and Everest Collision want you and your loved ones to get home safe and sound. Stop texting and driving and download the Everest Collision app responsibly.
All right, Gina, we'll begin with a story for you.
Okay.
I know you like these kinds of things. Doctors in India.
Yes.
A lot of these stories seem to come from there, and they start with doctors in India have removed 639 nails from a patient's intestine.
Nails? Removed nails?
Nails.
I'm from Utah. I'm sorry. I don't know what nails are.
Nails.
They're nails.
I mean like with a hammer end.
Oh, there's a picture. That's an actual picture of what they took out of them.
Yeah, it looks like those look like 4-penny.
X96.com/live.
Looks to me like 4-penny nails. The moment the surgeons retrieved 639 nails from the man's intestine using a magnet was captured on video. The 48-year-old man had apparently gobbled down the 2-inch nails, which miraculously did not pierce his digestive system.
How did not one of those go through?
The doctors found them inside his intestines with an endoscopy and cut him open to find hundreds of nails. The video shows doctors at Calcutta Medical College fishing out the nails with a magnet. The nails had displaced his intestine, said Dr. Siddhartha Biswas, associate professor of surgery. The nails are mostly bigger than 2 inches and quite sharp, but luckily there was no major perforation to his GI tract. The surgery took place earlier this week and lasted an hour 45 minutes. And they say he was. Now you say, so how could this have happened?
Say how and why? Why did this happen?
Apparently, this man was schizophrenic.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he was hoping to get on India's Got Talent or something like that.
And when you say taken out with a magnet,
or he was smuggling them.
When you say taken out with a magnet, I'm picturing a comically large, like cartoony red horseshoe-shaped magnet.
No, that's what they used, I'm sure. Now, this story, I was thinking of making a boner candidate today, but I don't know why I didn't exactly. It's still sort of tenuous, but you probably heard about this morning. The state of Utah has suspended the license of a mortuary in South Salt Lake.
East Stabbington.
Utah has suspended the license of the mortuary. It's called a Carver Mortuary Service. Thursday evening, last night. The order was put out by the Division of Occupational and Professional Licensing, and it immediately has suspended the licenses of Carver Mortuary, where its directors Tanner Carver and Shane Westmoreland, you stop being mortuary.
You can't mortuary right now.
You can't mortuize. The mortuary, Carver and Westmoreland, represent an immediate and significant danger to public health, safety, and welfare, the Public Licensing Department states. It says the mortuary presents a threat that requires immediate attention by the agency. The mortuary has contracts for cremation services with Intermountain Medical Center, the Utah Office of the Medical Examiner, and Salt Lake County, and other funeral homes.
As you might suspect, I read all the details in this story.
Yeah, so there were some employees. Now, the owners of the mortuary, Carver and Westmoreland, say all of these charges are totally bogus. We have a couple of disgruntled employees who went to the state with these charges. Go ahead with what you read about the...
Well, it's expensive cranking up. It's called the retort, and I know that because I bet your wife knows that, Karen.
I know that.
Well, that's where you cremate.
It's the oven.
That's the oven.
That's called the retort. That's called. I did not know that.
But it's expensive to crank that up. So if you've got an adult and there's still a little room, you put a kid in there. At the same time.
Yeah. That's what the employees claim they were doing. So they're
mixed up
mingled
together.
cremains. There are also allegations. Now, see, this doesn't bother me. Said sometimes they would take one body off of the mortuary table where they've been doing the embalming or whatever, and then they would put another body on there without cleaning the table. They're dead. I mean, it's not like they're going to catch something. But both of the employees said the facility was unsanitary. The embalming room was rarely cleaned. Often one body would be removed from an embalming table, another placed on it with no cleaning. And then there were allegations that perhaps some personal items that would come in with the corpses would go missing. Yeah, rings and things like that.
And something about unlicensed people working in there too.
Yeah, people
doing things they
weren't licensed
to do them.
Morticians. So anyway, these are the allegations. The Department of Public Licensing has shut down the mortuary, and further investigation will continue. Now, if you want to go to x96.com/live, I think you'll see this guy's picture. It says here, Utah substitute teacher accused of inappropriately touching elementary school children. I just want you I want somebody to ask this question. As you see this picture of this guy at x96.com/live, why was he ever allowed to be a substitute teacher just based on the way he looks?
Yeah, because I can spot him.
It doesn't. His name is Mark Glenton Bedell of Kaysville. He's 62, charged with 8 counts of first-degree felony aggravated sexual abuse of a child, tickling and inappropriately touching boys over and under their clothing. One of the children told police he felt uncomfortable and unsafe around this substitute teacher. He started teaching in March of 2016. He is no longer employed by the Davis County School District.
Should be more than that.
He did post $50,000 bail, scheduled to appear before a judge in December. They arrested someone in the Colorado Walmart shooting.
Oh, they did?
Uh-huh. A 47-year-old suspect wanted for killing 3 people seemingly randomly at a Colorado Walmart has been arrested. Scott Ostrom allegedly strolled into the Walmart in Thornton, Colorado, and began shooting around 6:10. He then walked nonchalantly out of the store after murdering 3 people in cold blood. There are people who know him who say he's a very angry and kind of racist guy. He's always yelling about Hispanics. A rogue Twitter employee shut down Donald Trump's Twitter account for 11 minutes.
I love this story.
And why is it that you love this story?
Because it's my last day at work, and I work at Twitter. What am I going to do before I leave?
You should not love this story.
Why?
Because it gives Donald Trump another reason to be aggrieved about everything. It was a stupid thing to do.
Are you serious?
I'm absolutely serious.
I think
it gives Donald Trump another. You see,
nobody. You see what?
He
hasn't said anything about it.
Oh, certainly his people have, and he has. Yes, he has. As a matter of fact, of course, many of Mr. Trump's supporters were incensed about it. Some saying the incident showed a disregard for free speech. His opponents, like Gina, on the other hand, were gleeful.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Gleeful.
No. The president, he tweeted about it this morning, and he said, I forget.
No,
I've got it.
As somebody commented on it, you mean a social media site is not sacred to the president? Meaning he shouldn't rely on this to disseminate policy information.
Of course he shouldn't. Of course he shouldn't.
It's a social media platform for goofing around.
All I'm saying is this just gives him and his supporters another opportunity to say, fake news, liberalism.
I love it, and I want a round of applause for whoever did it.
Nope, you're wrong.
Yes, Dylan?
Yes, Dylan, Allred.
It was just my favorite part of the day yesterday because it said you search at real Donald Trump or whatever his thing is, and it just said at Donald Trump does not exist.
Yeah, we all wish that were true.
It was just
we all wish that were true.
It was a moment of joy before I went, oh no, Twitter's just
I don't have much,
idea.
Bill. Why are you?
Give us this.
Okay, stunning revelation by longtime operative Donna Brazil that the
now you got to go here.
The Hillary Clinton campaign secretly took literal control, of the Democratic National Committee a year before Hillary became the party's nominee. And Brazil's piece in Politico describes her shock at the discovery of formal legal paperwork between the National Democratic Committee and who? This is not well written. Anyway, Brazil had been tapped for the job when DNC chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz was forced to resign because of leaked emails. That showed how Schultz had been putting her finger on the scale to help Clinton, while the insurgent Bernie Sanders campaign was making a serious bid to seize the party nomination away from Hillary Clinton. So what they're saying here is that the Clinton forces worked every angle they possibly could so that Bernie would not get the nomination. And
they did that because of what happened last time, when a young upstart named Barack Obama came along and took it away.
Yeah, they were paranoid.
So she just,
used her.
She overreacted to the situation.
Yeah. The DNC needed money, and so she swooped in with some money.
Yeah. Although
she didn't do it. There's nothing illegal or
it's
immoral
it's unethical.
It's not ethical.
It's exceptionally unethical.
But at the same time,
it's very Clinton.
At the same time, when I look at the election, I was not having a purity test situation with the Democratic nominee.
No.
I was trying to stop a cartoon supervillain.
Exactly.
I didn't care who the Democratic nominee was.
And
who had a better
I would have voted for Bernie.
Maybe Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, I think Bernie Sanders. I doubt it.
Maybe, but see, the political process should be allowed to happen with the voters, not with how it's controlled by politicos. And Elizabeth Warren, who I adore, said
she was wrong yesterday. Wrong.
Because Elizabeth Warren says it looks as though, yes, it was rigged in favor of Hillary Clinton, and that's wrong.
Why? You're not help. Now is not the time, Elizabeth. You're not helping.
Sure, it's fine, Gina. It's fine to be honest when, why can't Elizabeth Warren be honest about
I'm
this
not
situation?
saying don't be honest.
You're saying don't say anything.
She hates Hillary Clinton, and that's why she said yes. She could have been
if she really
a politician and answered that question without lying, but not. She wants Hillary to look bad.
Maybe she hates Hillary Clinton for a good reason, but if she does hate Hillary Clinton, which I don't think is the case, why did she appear with her on the campaign trail?
Because for the party's sake. You do that for. Why did Bernie appear with her on the campaign trail? For the party's sake.
And Elizabeth Warren is saying, I love the Democratic Party, and if we don't fix this, then we've got problems.
She was trying to make Hillary look bad. She did not have to be so...
She doesn't care about Hillary Clinton anymore.
She does.
So it's okay. Don't say anything dummy up about wrongdoing.
That's not what I said.
Dummy up about wrongdoing if it doesn't agree with Gina Barberi's point of view.
No, that's not what I said. There was a way to answer that question.
Evasively.
Yes.
You want her to be evasive about it.
Yes.
In
that instance,
and then if somebody on the other side had done that,
in this climate,
which they do all the time, and you're all over them.
No, because here's what they'll do. The other side's going to say, you see, even Elizabeth Warren says Hillary Clinton is crooked. That's why it's wrong. You see, even she thinks she's crooked.
Maybe she's got a point.
Again, it wasn't about whether Hillary Clinton was crooked or not. We're not doing a purity test. We had to stop a cartoon supervillain, and everybody was doing this instead of stopping a cartoon supervillain.
Exactly.
So, if the Democratic Party needs to get their S together, they'd better hurry, because we've got to stop the supervillain one more time.
And see, I'm afraid that this is...
So, stop fighting.
The point is, they're not going to get their S together.
But they're not going to if people like Elizabeth Warren and Donna Brazile keep stirring things up. They got to get together and say, here's what we do to get President Franken in there.
Exactly. President Franken.
All right.
Again, anybody who has some sort of purity test for their candidate is dreaming. And I'll just use your own marriages as an example. All right?
I beg your pardon.
There are things about your spouses that you wish you could change. Huh? Admit it.
No.
But you married them.
No.
You won't admit it on the air.
No.
But you married them.
No,
So why are you having such, stricter standards with your presidential candidate?
As I was watching Stranger Things last night, and the little kid said, Dad, what do you do when Mom's really mad at you? And he said, I listen to what she has to say, and then I go buy her something nice. He says, why do you do that? She says, because your mother is always right.
During the election, I kept hearing people talking about Hillary and Bernie, and I'm like, you put more thought into this than your own marriage, haven't you?
Yes.
You didn't put your spouse up to this strict, purity test. Shut up. We got to stop Dr. Doom. That's what's happening here,
Kerry Jackson is right. Okay, that's enough of that.
All right.
Gina Barberi, Trump supporter.
All right.
What?
You sound just like one of them when you do that.
I said we're done, and now you're diving back in.
Sports weather traffic.
Yeah. I don't know. The Utes are playing, and they better win this one. It's a blackout game. I always feel good about the blackout.
Does that mean you have to drink? You go to the stadium and you drink so much?
No.
I don't.
You can't drink at the stadium, Bill. There's no alcohol there.
I'm sure you can't.
We got tickets to give away to that game.
We do. Coming up, Tom Hackett will be in here to talk about that and other sporty-like things at about 8:45. That's brought to you by the Ski and Snowboard event this Saturday at Liberty Park. 30 tons of snow hauled in to host Ski and Boarding's rail session, lumberjack competition, live concerts, beer, food trucks, sponsor retail area. It's Shredfest this Saturday. Go to shredfestival.com. Weather, it is breezy and warm this morning. 60 degrees driving into work this morning. Crazy. And it will be windy all day today. 64 for a high. So not going to get a whole lot warmer than it is right now, but it feels nice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we have any traffic. And if you see any traffic and want to let us know about it, we appreciate that. 33986. Crash northbound I-215 at 29th South. Crash 33rd South 9th East in Salt Lake. And looks like that's about it. That's traffic brought to you by Get Unlimited 1.5% cashback plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Listen, been talking to you about Diamonds Direct, right?
Yes.
And telling you what a great store it is. The beautiful showroom there, 6400 South. It's just south of the Fashion Place Mall, across the big wide road there, in that mall, strip mall kind of. It's not a strip mall. It's a series of shops on the other side.
It's just not in the mall. It's outside.
So thousands of rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, all the colored gemstones, eternity bands, everything on sale for 3 days only. And this is at Diamonds Direct, which the sale is November 10th, 11th, and 12th. So that's next week. Next weekend. Yes. And so put it on your calendar. It is the biggest sale that they have. Well, it's the biggest sale they've had since they've been here.
But tell you what, you should go in there today or tomorrow and case the joint as it is.
Yeah.
See what
Well,
look
you
for.
look at what
what
they
I mean?
have.
Look for what they have, and then go in next weekend for the big sale.
It'll be the lowest prices of the year. There is special financing as well. Buy now, save big. Christmas is coming up, so
buy it
consider
now and tuck it away for Christmas.
Have them hold it for you till Christmas. Only at Diamonds Direct, 6400 South, across the street from the Fashion Place Mall.
All right. So coming up after these, it's a question of the week.
Yes.
All right. Stand by. KXRK Provo.
Hey, it's X96. I'm Corey O'Brien. Every Sunday night at 9, I play a full hour of brand new music on X96 IPO, our initial public offering of new alternative. And this week, we're going to dive deeper into the brand new Beck album Colors, along
Let's see, 7:01 right now. And coming up, we got round one, the boner voting. Stand by for that. Let's see, round one. Let's see. And then Colin Quinn will be here at 8 o'clock.
It's in town to do a show, some shows at Wise Guys.
And then the folks from Laziz Kitchen are coming in to bring us some of that nice coffee. What is it, Turkish coffee? Is it?
Arabic.
Arabic.
His Moody is Lebanese, so Lebanese coffee.
And is he going to show you how to make it?
I hope.
Because
I think I don't know. It's probably just the kind of coffee too. So I think you boil it.
Might have something to do with it because it looked like when he brought, because he didn't bring it out in like a traditional carafe or anything like that. It was like a metal, for lack of a better, very small pot,
The long handle,
almost like a cup with a long handle on it. And I
With
get
a
the
spout
feeling,
on the side.
and a spout on the side. I get the feeling that that's what he made the coffee in.
Yeah, I think they just boil it in there for a while, and
I wonder,
and then you let it settle. I don't know. We'll ask him.
Yeah, but I didn't have any because I can't have caffeine after 9 a.m.
Coffee doesn't. I mean, I love Mill Creek coffee, and I drink it, and it kind of keeps me even.
Mm-hmm.
But this coffee, when I drank some, I went, "What? Wait a minute, what's going on here?" It was just so strong. It tasted good too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway,
Best question of the week.
All right.
Brought to you by Prohibition, Utah's sexiest new speakeasy, located north of Fashion Place Mall in Murray. Tonight and every Friday night, live music. Don't miss weekend sexy burlesque dancers. Reservation and information at prohibitionutah.com. So whoever submitted the best question will get a $25 gift card to Prohibition. And it's the Dream Big Disney on Ice at the renovated Vivint Smart Home Arena, November 16th through the 19th. You can get tickets for just $10. To find out how to get those, you go to x96.com for more details. But our best question submitter will also get tickets to Disney on Ice.
So dinner and a movie.
Yeah.
A show.
Dinner and a show. All right. It is meh question of the week. And we call it meh question of the week because none of you have ever submitted a best question of the week.
you'd never really think there has been
I
one?
don't think no. I haven't been bowled over by one yet.
Well, let's see how we do this time.
So here's an example of not best question of the week. Ever wonder why your hands have fingers? Like, what's the deal with that?
It's terrible.
No.
Yeah, see, I threw that one out.
Yeah.
I thought I threw that one out last week.
No, I'll
No.
there. Let me.
When I read it. Thank you.
But how about this one? Comes to us from Carrie. My lords and lady.
All right.
In light of the Thor movie, which opens today.
Yes.
Festus is going to go see it with me on Monday.
You're going to love it.
I can't wait. I'm a low-key fan. He's my favorite.
No, you're not a low-key fan. You're very high energy.
I'm a low-key fan. And, of course, Idris Elba's in. So
Yeah.
it's all the things.
You'll be upset that there's not enough Idris Elba, but he doesn't wear his big helmet that you hate.
I want to see his face.
You see his face.
I want to see his
That's
face.
not all you want to see. That's not all you want to see.
So in light of the Thor movie coming out, if you were to be a god or goddess of something, what would it be? Because Thor is the god of thunder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means what? What are his powers? What are
He
his
controls thunder.
Well, he controls
lightning bolts.
And that's the thing, is that it's more lightning than thunder. He's called the god of thunder, but
he throws lightning
He can
bolts.
control lightning more than just the sound of thunder, but he's also super strong. And
So I wasn't sure, so I actually found a quiz. What Norse goddess are you?
What sort of questions do they ask you about that?
Are you loyal? Are you? Do you think you're smart? Do you carry a weapon?
So nothing you would answer honestly. I mean, really? You know.
And apparently, and I can put that up on Twitter if you want to take your own quiz.
Yeah.
But apparently, I'm a Sith.
A what?
S-I-F.
It says you're a very nice person.
Mm-hmm.
You're loyal to your significant other.
Mm-hmm.
You admire the earth and its mysteries. You are beautiful. It says so right there. And you don't put yourself before others.
It says I'm beautiful right there.
This quiz.
Right there.
This quiz on the internet. So apparently I'm a Sith. Now,
Now she was in the first 2 Thor movies.
Now who was she?
She's the tattooed lady on that TV show.
Okay. The Blind Spot.
Blind Spot. Yeah, Mrs. Blind Spot.
Helen Blind Spot.
Whatever the actress's name is, but yeah, she was part of the Warriors 3.
Okay.
Or she was not part of the Warriors 3, but she was like one of Thor's right-hand guys.
Okay, so that's a good one to be.
And she kind of let it be known that she had a thing for Thor, but it was unrequited. And yeah, Jamie Alexander. Thank you, Robert.
Okay.
And she was cool, but she was very tough. If you go watch the first Thor movie, she takes on the Destroyer and does a pretty good job.
Well, I'm going to tweet a link to the quiz if you want to find out for yourself. But I asked you guys if you wanted to take the quiz, and you said no, you wanted to just come up with your own.
Well, did you come up with your own other than taking the quiz? Or?
I've been trying to think of, what the god of something, and I can't say what I'd really like to be the god of. It's not appropriate for radio. but so I started looking through lists of gods, and every ancient culture has different gods. And, there are Egyptian deities, there are Norse deities, Greek and Roman, of course. And, of course, the Romans just ripped off the Greeks. They're Japanese. There's any ancient culture will have but I went to the Hawaiian gods, and I had never really considered the Hawaiian gods, and there's some really interesting ones.
Oh,
like Apu Kohai, who's the shark god of Kauai.
The shark god.
Yeah. There's Haulili, the god of speech. There's I found one that there's Kamapua. He's the hog god.
The hog god?
Yeah, he's the god of.
Oh, you should take
hogs.
that one.
Well, I thought about that one. There's Kana O'Alai, who's King Moho, the god of steam.
The god of steam. I like that one too.
That would be really good. But the one that I thought maybe I would really like to be is the god who is able to kill all gods and men.
Carrie wants that. You want
Kuahana.
that one. Carrie wants that power.
Kuahana, the god who kills men.
Because you want to decide who lives and dies, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So if you need, and it's just men apparently, women are left out of this equation. So
which one of those would you pick?
I
like the god of steam. You could be that one.
I kind of like the god of steam. That's who I would pick to be the god of steam.
God of steam?
Yeah.
Bill wields his power of steam. I call on you, God of steam.
Are your pores clogged?
Yeah, it's
there you go.
Kamu Ali'i, and it's or also known as King Moho. See, I'm King Moho, the god of steam.
You have congestion.
I'm going to clean your carpets.
I'm going to power an automobile named Stanley. I'm the Stanley Steamer.
Well, my favorite god is Hanuman.
The monkey god.
The monkey god. He's kind of a god of mischief.
Well, I have a monkey story for you, too, Terry.
Oh, good. Yeah, monkey story? Yeah. All right. Let's see. Yeah, God of Steam has dominion over all trains. Well, he used to. He used to.
And you know what? He doesn't anymore, and he's steamed about that.
Is he?
King Moho is pretty steamed.
Yeah, have a God of
Steam. All he does now is press pants at a tailor shop.
You know what I used to do?
I was a god.
Steam.
But not in this country. Let's see.
King Moho.
Now, so I thought about Hanuman, the monkey god, immediately because he's always been a favorite. But then I got thinking about this.
Do you know what tradition that is?
Is it Hindu? Or?
I'll have to look it up.
Anyway, I want to say Lee told me about it. And then I got thinking about it seriously, and I thought, if I'm going to be a god, I need to do what gods are supposed to do, and that is bring people together. So I got thinking I could be some sort of god of peace, love, and understanding or something.
That.
What's so funny about that?
Exactly. But then I got thinking, well, if I could get everyone to get along, that doesn't seem very realistic.
But a god could do it.
But there's one thing that I know about humans is that if you can get them all to agree on one enemy, then maybe they'll come together.
Yes.
Because humans are flawed that way. They're incapable of getting along with everyone.
Yeah.
So I decided that I would be Dr. Manhattan from The Watchmen.
I don't know Dr. Manhattan.
He's the big blue guy who walks around naked.
I don't know what he does, though.
He has essentially the power of God. He can do just about anything.
With atomic energy.
Yeah, he can manipulate matter.
Atoms.
He can do all those things. And so at the end of Watchmen, he essentially sacrifices himself. And he pretends to be this big threat to the human race.
To unite them.
And they all unite against him, and that brings peace to the planet.
Like the day the earth stood still.
Yeah, but subsequently, he has to go away.
Because he's not really dead.
Because he's not really,
okay.
It's the Christ myth.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
So,
resurrection.
So that's what I would do.
Okay.
That's good.
I would do that I would sacrifice myself.
You'd be Jesus.
I would.
You would be Jesus.
I'd go, but he doesn't sacrifice himself. He just goes off into the universe and does things.
There's one other god I forgot that I would not mind being.
Yeah.
Ganesh.
Ganesh is a good one.
The monkey, or the elephant-headed god, and I just looked him up.
Because he's the remover of obstacles.
That's it.
Yeah.
and I love peanuts.
And that.
So.
And your Hanuman is a Hindu god.
Hindu god.
And he's a mischievous god, isn't he? Yeah.
The remover of obstacles.
Yes.
That's kind of good.
Ganesh is a good one.
Isn't that interesting, too? Because elephants in that culture, just the animals, they domesticated them. They domesticated them and used them to move stuff around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think he means, mover of philosophical objects.
Well, I think so, too.
And all of that.
So thank you, Carrie,
Is that
for submitting that one. You get the Disney on Ice tickets and a gift certificate to Prohibition.
All right, there
it's
you go.
really, we're not a very good. I mean, can you imagine? Is there any other morning show in America today? Talking about what God they would be? I don't think so.
No, it's the Friday morning fart song for most of them.
Yeah.
Yes, Richie.
I'm just here for Bill's.
He's here to help with the boner announcements.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Are we doing that or traffic here?
We can do traffic and then
do traffic. And then.
All lanes are stopped. I-215 northbound near the Maverick Center to clear debris from a crash on the right shoulder. Delays are backing into Taylorsville. Crash on the 6 South exit ramp from northbound 15 into Salt Lake. 3 left lanes are blocked and delays are stacking up in that area. That's traffic brought to you by the news you trust from the most experienced team in Utah. 2 News. Check out the new KUTV.com.
All right, here are your boner candidates. Boner candidate number 1 is, and the title will be sung by Richard Thomas Stedman. Boner candidate number 1?
Oklahoma, where the porn's as high as an elephant's eye.
Thank you, Richie. Boner candidate number 2. Well, they're like ISIS. No value. And I'd like to be on the firing squad. And then boner candidate number 3. It's ironic that he was robbing a hot dog stand.
All right. Round 1 of your boner voting, all coming up. Stand by for that. We'll get to it along with some big boy news as well. But first, it's a Friday. It's the new international release date for all music. That means the Gray Whale Entertainment Report. New music, movies, games, and records arriving today. Let's see. Music. Sam Smith has a new one called Thrill of It All. Survive, their new one. It's a remix. It says RR7387 Remix. I'm guessing that's the name of the album. The Thor Ragnarok soundtrack is available today. Like Moths to the Flame, their new one, Dark Divine, is out today. Maroon 5, their new one, Red Pill Blues is what it's called. I think that's a Matrix reference.
Yes.
I got
that. Cannibal Corpse, still around, and their new one is Red Before... It says Bulk, but I'm assuming that's a typo. Red Before Black is what I'm guessing. Converge, their new one, The Dusk Is In Us. The Dusk In Us is out today. Movies, here we go. Dark Tower is out today, so you can finally see that. Slaughter High.
Because you sure didn't go see it in the theater.
Yeah. Slaughter High is out today. And let's see, Blu-ray remaster Land of the Dead is out.
No, so that's... It's a George Romero.
It's George Romero. Yeah.
Land. He did it. I thought he stopped with the trilogy, but no, there's Land of the Dead, and then there's Diary of the Dead.
Yeah, he did another one. But Land of the Dead is out today, Blu-ray remaster, and the Blu-ray remaster of Dawn of the Dead, the remake, not the original, but the
one with Ty Burrell in it.
Yes, very good one. Yeah. And a special holiday weekend in-store only sale. All LPs, new or used, are buy two, get one free. That's a great deal if you're a vinyl person. All toys, they got the Funko, the Kid Robot, the Neck, all that stuff are buy one, get one free, so that's a deal. These deals cannot be combined with any other offer and run until close on Tuesday, 11/7. And stay tuned for more weekly offers through Christmas to help you stock up on great gifts. Go to graywhaleslc.com. And they have all that stuff there for you. Always trade in your old stuff for new stuff. They want your music, movies, games, books, and vinyl. Use it to get cash or store credit toward the purchase of something new. Any of the Gray Whale locations. Join the Killer Whale Club to receive a lifetime discount. Like and follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Gray Whale SLC. That is your Gray Whale Entertainment Report.
Dashboard Confessional, December 4th at the Complex.
Okay, the shop sells, it's called how would you say that with all of those?
Celebrities.
Celebrities.
Yeah, I drug you guys over here. You were just going to walk on by Celebrities Gallery featuring artwork by John Lennon, Miles Davis, Ronnie Wood, Tony Bennett, David Bowie, Picasso, and others.
Picasso's best rock star of them all.
By the way, it's featuring, what does it say? Artwork. It's featuring overpriced prints of artwork by...
None of that's real?
Well, it's real in the sense that it's, well, for instance, there are a bunch of John Lennon things in there, which Yoko Ono took the originals and had copies made of the originals and then put print numbers on them and selling them.
Bitch.
My point exactly.
There was some
something for you in there.
Well, yeah, there was some artwork by David Bowie in there, and it was it looked like a
which Yoko Ono took and copied and put numbers.
But again, it's mass.
So it's not cool.
But it was David Bowie did a painting of Festus. I swear it was Festus.
Festus?
No.
Well, I mean, he was all white and pale and alone.
And alone. No, but so what if it's I mean, they only make so many of the prints, right? Or it's only cool if you can get the original.
It's hard to say.
There was a yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's hard to say. You know, a lot of them say, it's number 475 out of a run of 1,000. But how many runs of 1,000 did they do? I mean,
they may have stopped and then did another run.
Yeah,
that's how they can say a run of 1,000.
I mean, it's okay stuff. I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but
I mean, there was a really cool colored pencil John Belushi
with
in
his
there,
shirt open and his gut hanging out.
Shirt open. Yeah, that was a great thing. But it was easily $450.
Probably, yeah. And there was one thing in there I really liked. They had Hawaiian shirts. Silk Hawaiian shirts, they were about $70-$80 a shirt, but they were they're copies of shirts that celebrities have worn. Like there's one that shows a picture of Dustin Hoffman and John Lovitz standing together, and John Lovitz is wearing this Hawaiian shirt with pineapples on it, and you can buy that.
You can buy that shirt.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy Dustin Hoffman's shirt. I don't want to buy John Lovitz's shirt.
Either way, they'll both have little black curly hairs inside of them, okay? And then here's the question I had, is that there was a whole bunch of drawings of the Rolling Stones, and right in the middle there was this big one of Don Knotts, and I'm wondering why they decided to put Don Knotts in the middle.
That was not Don Knotts, that was Todd of Todd and Aaron. No, it was
Jagger.
Oh, is that who it was?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure look like Don Knotts.
Well, the older he gets, the closer they look.
I mean, 1960s Don Knotts,
Really?
Yeah.
By the way, Uncle Todd, I always thought you looked like Mick Jagger, not Don Knotts.
That was the joke he was making.
Yeah.
Let's make it perfectly clear.
Honest.
X96.
All right, 7:22 right now. Time for round one of your boner voting. You're going to get 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you'll decide which one of these 3 is the worst, which one of these 3 deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. So if it wins here, that doesn't make it boner of the day. It's got to defeat the winner of round 2. Round 2 boner voting happens at 8:20, boner fight at 9:25. So 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the big boy news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive something nice.
A gift certificate to Gracie's.
Yes.
All right, here's boner candidate number 1.
Oklahoma, where the porn is as high as an elephant's eye.
A brief scene in the 1999 film Oklahoma is generating complaints against the Nebo School District after the school was the movie was shown to students at Payson Junior High School in September. This is Oklahoma we're talking about.
Okay.
Oklahoma. Rogers and Hammerstein. You know, there's a bright golden days on the meadow. You know, beautiful.
Shiny little Surrey with a fringe on top.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Well, Bill.
Poor Judd is dead.
Yes,
this
Poor
is
Judd
just,
is dead.
This is the 1999 filmic remake with Hugh Jackman.
Australian.
No, he's American.
Treasure.
Australian American treasure.
Jackman.
So, in this filmed version, a character, not Hugh Jackman, I don't know who played. I assume it's poor old Judd, isn't it? No, maybe it is the Hugh Jackman character. Oh yeah, it is. Because in Oklahoma, there's the song "Everything's Up to Date in Kansas City," right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's probably when this takes place. The character is shown looking at a collection of erotic images, pictures, postcards, something like that, and the camera closes in over his shoulder, and then the character Jackman says, "Well, she's plumb stark naked as a jaybird." And then I think that probably leads into because, you know, everything's up to date in Kansas City. They're going about as far as they can go.
I don't know. Did you see this, Richie?
I haven't seen this.
The movie was shown to students in violation of Nebo School District's media policy, according to the spokeswoman, Lana Hiskey. Films shown in their entirety must be approved by the school's principal, Hiskey said, and reviewed by the teacher. None of those things happened. Between 100 and 150 students watched the movie September 28th and September 29th. The class periods were overseen by a substitute teacher. An email was sent to the parents of each participating student on October 11th from Payson Junior High drama teacher Carol Gregory and principal Carl Swenson. This movie was not previewed or approved, and some inappropriate material was viewed by the students, the email stated. As parents, you may want to visit with your student about this. Hiskey said the parents of one of the students raised the incident with the district. The parents of one student out of 150 said, "You know what? My kid came home and told me that there were pictures of naked women." Now, I have not seen it myself.
I know. I wanted to see
It's the description of it here is the images are blurred.
Is there any way we can find a clip of it?
I'm sure we can. I just didn't have time to do it this morning.
What's this?
But the parent said a pornographic movie was shown in the classroom. To 125 students. Among other things, the movie contained an 8-second close-up of a full frontal image of 10 naked women. Somebody posted that on Facebook.
Seems a little exaggerated.
I'm sure it is.
Don't Google Oklahoma naked women.
Don't?
Because it takes you to a bunch of naked women in Oklahoma.
Is your computer going to start having problems
You want
now?
a date? If you want to go to Oklahoma and date naked women, Gina just found the place to do it.
Well, the thing that's interesting about it is that the theater folks don't actually know it because a gentleman in theater wouldn't pay attention to 10 naked ladies in Oklahoma. They wouldn't be interested in that.
I see what you're saying.
That was.
Can this stuff hurt our computer?
That was homophobic, wasn't it?
I'm super homophobic. Anyone who knows me.
What's the song?
I'm guessing it's the Everything's Up to Date in Kansas City.
Now somebody's saying that this was made for TV.
Yeah, 1999.
So they
That's
wouldn't
right.
they wouldn't be able to show that.
No.
It's made for TV.
I'll get to the bottom of it.
I want to see the.
I'm telling you what it is there were blurred images, and it was clear that he was looking at pictures of naked women. He even says, well, she's as naked as a jaybird.
Yeah.
But they didn't show it. But somebody posted on Facebook, the parents of one student, they showed a pornographic movie in class. It's Oklahoma.
I want to.
1934 or something like that.
Look, they showed us Romeo and Juliet when I was in junior high.
There's a naked
Olivia
bum
Hussey
in that.
and
Yes.
Her bum is...
one of my first crushes, Leonard
Yes.
Winning. He gets up and stretches by the window.
And that was Spanish Fork Junior High, long time ago.
Well,
it was different back then.
There wasn't any social media to complain
Apparently.
on. Yeah. Boner candidate number 1.
Oklahoma, where the porn's as high as an elephant's eye.
Thank you.
Maybe we should change it to Payson, where the porn is as high.
As an elephant.
Yeah. All right, now boner candidate number 2. They're like ISIS. There's no value, and I'd like to be on a firing squad. A former chief of a small town in New Jersey has been arrested on a federal hate crime and civil rights charges for what federal authorities describe as a pattern of racist comments and behavior, including slamming an African-American man's head into a metal door jamb and saying, black people are just like ISIS.
Huh?
Frank Nucera Jr., 60 years old, who had been the chief of the Borden Township Police Department, was arrested on Monday. There he is with the obligatory policeman's mustache.
Yep, he looks like one of those cops.
Listen, I'm telling you out there, police officers who are listening to this show right now, and I know there are many of you, this is just a side note. Don't be a stereotype. Shave the mustache.
Either go full beard.
Yeah,
or
I don't think they'll let them, and that's why they think. Well, I want some facial hair. So, but anyway.
Yeah.
Frank Nucera Jr., who was the chief of the Borden Township Police Department, was arrested Monday, and the charges against him were unsealed Tuesday. Allegations are notable for the blatant racism that they describe by a law enforcement leader. According to a criminal complaint in the case, filed in federal district court in New Jersey, Nucera frequently referred to African Americans by racial slurs, espoused violence towards them, and in November of 2015, he was talking to a subordinate, and he said, these black people are just like ISIS. They have no value. You know, they should line them all up and mow them down, and I'd like to be on the firing squad. I could do it. Boner candidate number 2. They're like ISIS. No value, and I'd like to be on the firing squad. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. You know, it's pretty ironic that he was robbing a hot dog stand.
All right, so boner candidate for round 1. Boner candidate number 3. After this here big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by
Alpine Plastic Surgery, specializing in sculpting your body to achieve the goals you have above and beyond what diet and exercise provide. Visit alpineplasticsurgery.com and schedule a free consultation today.
Here you go, Gina.
What?
This will cheer you up.
What?
This will make you feel even. This will take away that nasty taste in your mouth of what that awful Elizabeth Warren did.
Okay.
A Virginia man.
Okay.
Attacked his elderly wife with a hatchet.
A hatchet?
And then committed suicide with a chainsaw.
See, I read that headline, did not read the story. How does one do that?
The chaos unfolded when the man assaulted his wife. He is 70. She was 76. In the foyer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they have foyers there. That's probably the foyer of their Springfield, Virginia home. Shortly after 3:30 in the afternoon, they were having an argument. An adult family member arrived at the home during the attack and was unable to open the door, so she pushed the door down. The relative managed to rescue the woman.
After the hatchet attack?
After the hatchet attack. She rescued the woman and left the home, but the man followed the pair outside where a struggle ensued over the hatchet. After 911 was called, the man eventually returned home and shut the door. Responding officers found the man lying in a pool of blood in the garage with serious injuries from a chainsaw.
But I need more.
Use your damned imagination.
I don't know how you would.
You take the chainsaw, and they're not all huge.
Yeah.
You know, you take the chainsaw, you start it up,
Yeah.
and then you put it.
Oh, there.
Oh.
See, I didn't
Okay.
immediately think that.
See, I was thinking if
Yeah.
you duct tape the trigger so that it continues to run, and then you set it
No,
somewhere,
it's too much work.
and then dive on it. You know,
Too much work.
No.
I'm overthinking this.
Yeah,
I think so.
I did too.
He was rushed to an area hospital, but he died.
Speaking of chainsaws, I notice it every morning.
Still there?
We gave away a chainsaw in October. That becomes station property if the winner does not pick that up.
We all get to use it.
And we're all going to get to use it. Maybe I'll dive onto it.
No.
Here's a story for you, Carrie.
Yes.
It's a new orangutan species that they have discovered. Did you see the pictures?
I did not.
Let's see if don't. Yeah, there it is. Look at
Aw,
that. Look at that charming
It just looks
animal.
like a regular orangutan.
The rainforests of Indonesia and Malaysia have long had enigmatic residents in their canopies of trees, meaning to say that new species of insects and small animals and bird are often still found in places like Indonesia and Malaysia, and these orangutans have always fascinated people with their shocks of orange fur, remarkable vocal abilities, as well as the 97% of the DNA they share with human beings.
Love those.
The two distinct species of the primates living on the island Borneo and Sumatra are surviving members of the family of 6 species of great apes, along with the eastern and western African gorillas, as well as chimps and bonobos, who are sex fiends, by the way. You know, bonobos are like
sex fiend is a.
But bonobos, they'll just do anything that happens to be in the vicinity. They're very right. But new research, some 2 decades in the making, so they've been studying this for a while, is now upsetting the conventional scientific wisdom and suggesting there is a 7th great ape species, the Tapanuli orangutan from the upland forests on Indonesia's island of Sumatra. An international team of scientists announced their findings in a paper published Thursday. There is a population of these orangutans living there, and they've been studying them from quite some time, and they are finding that there are quite some differences between the other orangutans and other species of ape.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you compare Dr. Zayas to Maurice, they're very different.
Exactly.
And before people start writing in, yes, we know apes and monkeys are different.
We know. Monkeys! It's just fun to say
funny.
monkeys.
We don't have anybody yell the ape. Yeah. We have damn you dirty apes, but this is a pro-ape story.
Monkeys!
Robert Mueller's special prosecutors want Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort and his business partner Rick Gates to fork over some serious cash in order for them to be released from federal custody after their court appearance yesterday. Earlier this week, Manafort, who had appeared in Washington, D.C. federal court, and Gates were released on unsecured bonds of $10 million and $5 million after being charged with making tens of millions of dollars working for the Ukrainian government and then hiding the money from the U.S. government. Since then, lawyers working with Mueller's investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election have asked the Washington, D.C. federal judge overseeing the case to force the 2 men to cough up some money to secure those bonds. So they didn't have to put anything up. They just said, you're bonded for $10 million. If you disappear, you owe us $10 million.
Yeah.
They didn't make them put up any collateral or anything.
We know you're good for it.
Yeah. Well, they are.
Yeah.
So now the prosecutors are saying, let's be a little more careful about this, and let's let's have them secure those bonds with some money at least.
Yes.
Well, let me do this story.
One more quick one.
Well, I'll do this frivolous story then.
Okay.
Good.
A new European cat cafe craze has finally come to Salt Lake.
A cat craze?
Tinker's Cat Cafe.
Nope. No.
Is the newest coffee spot where you don't have to go there.
I'm going.
You don't have to go, Gina. Don't. It's fine. If people,
that would be.
You don't have to go.
There's so many things about it.
You don't have to go.
I'm allergic for one thing.
Well, then stay away.
Yeah.
Like if I get anywhere close to that.
Well, you won't.
And by the way, Gina, Tinker's Cat Cafe just pulled their sponsorships that they were going to start on Monday.
I was going to be doing endorsements.
And now they're saying, well, we can't be on the air with this cat hater.
No, it's not a hater. It would put me in the hospital.
Let's go have coffee.
See, this is perfect for me, though, because I love cats. And Sue does not want to have a cat. So this is perfect for me.
You can go sit.
Yeah.
And now unfortunately, this is a Channel 2 website story. And so from that point, it just says, and Chris Jones has more on the story. I can't, it's on, what is it, 9th South?
Yeah.
21st South?
It's on 9th South and like 3rd East.
Yeah.
But Chris Jones listens to this show. So maybe Chris Jones could come in and tell you about it in person.
Well, I'd like that.
So Chris, stop on by.
Yeah. I'd like that, and you can come and tell us about it.
And you can do the story live for us here in the studio,
Cafe.
all right? Weather, traffic.
Weather, it's breezy and warm. It's 60 degrees right now in downtown Salt Lake. Now, it's not going to go a whole lot warmer. It's going to get up to about 65, but breezy all day long, just lovely.
A slight chance of rain later?
Slight chance later. Right. And traffic, let's see what we've got there. I'm going to refresh so I can give you the most up-to-date, incomplete information. Another crash northbound I-15 near I-80 East, the Spaghetti Bowl. The left shoulder is blocked, South Salt Lake. It's adding to the delays there. Also the crash northbound I-15 approaching 6 South in downtown Salt Lake. This is in the backups of the original crash on the 6th exit ramp to 4th West. So that's bad. Crash I-215 near the Maverick Center. Delays are backing into Taylorsville there. That's traffic.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. You know, it's ironic that he was robbing a hot dog stand. 19-year-old man shot himself in the penis after allegedly holding up a hot dog stand Tuesday. He won't be going home when he's released from the hospital. He'll be going to jail. The police at the hospital say they're guarding his room. They say that the man, Terrion Pouncey, he is recovering from his injuries on Thursday.
Pouncey?
Yes, Terrion Pouncey is recovering from his injuries on Thursday, missing a bond hearing at the Layton Criminal Courthouse on charges of armed robbery, according to the Chicago Sun-Times. Mr. Pouncey was arrested in the at the Oaklawn Hospital not long after he was found slumped on the steps of a home across the street from the hospital. Mr. Pouncey was unable to run further because of the pain of a self-inflicted gunshot wound suffered when he tried to adjust the .38 caliber pistol in his waistband as he ran off after robbing a hot dog stand on Maxwell Street. Mr. Pouncey had pulled out the gun, demanded money from the employees at the hot dog stand, and then he put the gun back in his pants and shot himself right in the package.
Right in the hot dog.
Yeah. Boner candidate. Yeah, right. He's robbing a wiener stand, so yeah, you could go that go that route too if you wanted, Gina. But I just thought I'd keep it higher class than that and just say it's ironic that he was robbing a hot dog stand, and then you can make your own wiener jokes, you know. But Gina, of course, had to give voice to it. That's boner candidate number 3.
All right, so let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1 is Richie.
Oklahoma, where the porn's as high as an elephant's eye.
Payson Junior High School accused of exposing children to pornography by showing the musical Oklahoma, a made-for-TV.
It's not. It's fine.
That entire show is online, so someone can go through and find that. For us.
Maybe somebody could find us that scene quickly.
It's on YouTube. You have to watch the whole show.
Yeah. And then boner candidate number 2. You know, they're like ISIS. They're no value, and I like to be on a firing squad. A New Jersey police chief saying that of black people. And boner candidate number 3, make your own joke. It's ironic that he was robbing a hot dog stand.
All right, time to vote. You've got to decide which one of these 3 candidates is most worthy to go to Boner Dome for Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. If it wins here, it has a 50-50 chance. Goes up against the winner of Boner Voting Round 2. Round 2 happens at 8:20. Boner Fight at 9:25. All right? 1, 2, or 3, put the number of the candidate that you think should win this round in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Most people vote that way. Others call 877-602-9696. Would it hurt you to call now and then? X96.com is another place you can vote. Look for the box that says Round 1, November 3, and vote there. If you don't see the box, refresh. It should show up. We only have 4.5 minutes. Let's go. It's Boner. Round 1. Here we go.
X96 gives you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding with John Smith, right after Radio from Hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Radio from Hell radio players.
Sex. Boom. There, I said it.
You did it. Good for you. I love how you snicker and can't say that word with a straight face.
I didn't snicker. All I'm saying is our relationship expert is in the studio. And I made a breakthrough. Didn't I? Didn't I?
What was it?
I said sex over the public airwaves.
Oh, by the way, I did get your email with all your questions. We're going to go through them one by one tonight.
All right, thanks for throwing me under the bus.
It's all good, brother. Big Daddy's here.
The birds and the bees. It's a conversation that is a famous in culture.
Oh yeah, critical.
What actual percentage would you say from your experience as a relationship coach, what percentage of families actually have this conversation with their kids?
You know, my gut would tell me 35%.
Really? See, I would have put it somewhere around like 5, 10.
Well, I don't know, you think, but I don't know that they do a great job about it.
You know there's things we don't talk about, kids.
Right.
One of them is the birds and the bees.
I think we're getting to a day and age when more and more of it is happening. There are some great statistics about, teenage sex and things like that. And, those numbers are dropping. Not doing it as much as they used to, amazingly.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that nationwide or just in Utah?
Nationwide.
Okay.
And, in fact, I'm looking for those as we're talking. I think what we're starting to see is, for example, younger adolescents, so younger than 15 years of age, are delaying sexual intercourse by a great number. In fact, here's some examples. Some other statistics. Ages 12 to 19-year-olds report parents are their greatest influence regarding sexual decision-making and values.
Okay.
37% say their parents were the most important key as opposed to their friends, 33%, siblings, 5%, and the media. So parents, it's a critical thing that you talk to your kids. 94% of adolescents and 91% of it's 94% of adolescents and 91% of parents believe that adolescents should be advised that they should not have sex before completing high school.
That's interesting because, not the most part, but a lot of parents believe that their kids aren't going to listen to them.
Oh, yeah. No.
They don't have the kind of influence over their teenagers that they wish they had, but what you're saying is...
They expect it.
So, yeah, parents, step up. I think Utah, I believe we do have a bit of stigma around this topic. Sometimes we don't want to go there. Sometimes we think it's opening up a can of worms, but I think it's completely your responsibility. And, you would let your kid go and do something dangerous, without some advice, some information.
Like rock climbing or...
Like rock climbing, right. You'd make sure they knew what was going on. You'd make sure that they...
Or driving.
Uh-huh, right.
What the hell was that?
That was the Radio from Hell radio players.
What? How long was that?
Too long.
How long was that?
4 minutes.
What did they say?
And that was cut off.
And I still don't know what they said.
I have no idea what they were talking
there was
about.
More of
Of your boner voting.
And round one is brought to you in part by a hot dog. I had one.
And join your friends for Saturday brunch at Gracie's. Enjoy a Tiger Mary, creme brulee French toast, poutine and eggs, or crab cake Benedict. Adults only. Like Gracie's on Facebook for updates.
So we had boner candidate number one.
Oklahoma, where the porn's as high as an elephant's eye.
That's the Payson Junior High School accused of showing children pornography, the musical of Oklahoma. Boner candidate number two. They're like ISIS. There's no value, and I'd like to be on the firing squad. That's a New Jersey police chief who has made those comments about black people in general. And boner candidate number three, it's ironic that he was robbing a hot dog stand. The story of a man who was robbing a hot dog stand and then put the gun back in his pants and shot himself in the penis. Monty won the gift card from Gracie's, and the winner, boner candidate number three.
Ooh.
It's ironic he was robbing a hot dog stand.
Kind of a classic boner.
Or I guess it's ironic that he shot himself in the penis.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So that is the winner of round one. That candidate will now go up against the winner of boner voting round two. Round two is at 8:20 this morning, and then boner fight, where boner of the day is decided. 1 and 2 enter Boner Dome, and only one leaves. Boner fight is at 9:25.
So we've been kind of looking over now what could there possibly be in this television production of Oklahoma that was just so awful that a parent on Facebook complained that they'd shown
that it was
pornography.
Yeah,
and there isn't, as far as we can tell.
Dylan's on the case.
He's going to find it.
So okay,
he refuses to have Hugh Jackman's name be dragged through the mud.
Then we'll wait and talk about it a little bit later if he finds out some more stuff. A couple of things I was.
Colin Quinn is supposed to be here at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I was I'm going to tell you about a couple of things. I was at Best Buy yesterday, and I don't really shop Best Buy much, but I needed a cable for something, so I went in there and I bought the cable. And the guy checking out, and this was on State Street, the one on about 50th something State Street.
Oh, all the way down.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Because I was out in that end of town. And so he said, so how you doing? As he's checking me out. I'm fine. How are you? I'm great, man. I'm great. And, and then he's ringing my stuff up and all that. He says, hey, you have any hobbies? I mean, what do you like to do? And I
okay.
Well, he's a friendly gentleman.
Yeah, he was just a young guy, And I said, I guess sleep. Sleep is what I would say.
Sleep is your hobby?
At this point, right now, sleep. I would say sleep. Sleep, really, man? Well, that's cool. That's cool. All right. Well, what's your favorite animal?
What's your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay, now I feel like I'm being set up for something.
No, I sort of did too, but and I said I said I've been really entranced with Fiona the hippo lately, the baby hippo. What?
Wait. So you're one item.
I had 2 items, I think.
Okay, because it's not like a grocery store where you're ringing up like 40 items.
Yeah.
And there's time to pass.
No, I mean this.
This is 2 items.
Well, it took time. He said, because he was also saying, hey, what's your phone number? And and he goes, no, you don't come up in the system. Can I put you in the system? I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Go ahead, sure, whatever. I think he probably gets a spiff if he gets, and that's fine. And I don't care. Yeah, put me in the system, and this is all happening during all of that.
Oh, well, so you signed up for the club.
Yeah.
And that gives you points, and then you get coupons.
Oh, do you at Best Buy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but
so that's why you were there so long. I'm like, you're ringing up 2 items, and he's asking you about your favorite animal.
But it was
now it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, but still, it makes sense. Why would he?
Well, but favorite. That is an odd question.
Yeah. What's your favorite? I said Fiona, the baby hippo. Huh? Yeah. I said, you haven't heard about Fiona? No, man.
See, you could have just said a horse and.
Yeah. No, man. I said, well, she's just very cute. You should Google Fiona the baby hippo. Oh, but you know what? It's kind of sad. I said, her dad died. So he went, what?
You engaged him, Bill.
Well, he engaged me first.
But you could have just. There are one-word answers there.
That could have. But you know what, Gina? I ended up having fun
Okay.
and leaving him befuddled.
Okay.
What?
What?
Yeah, her dad died.
The hippo?
Henry. Yeah, what? Henry the hippo. Google it, man, I said. Google it. You've got computers here. You're right, he said. You're right.
They're all over the place.
You're right, I do. Okay, man. Hey, you have just a fabulous rest of your day. I will, I said, and off I went.
You had a nice encounter with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, right about the time of what's your favorite animal, I'd be looking around going, is this for your YouTube channel or something? What is this?
Security?
This is where you mess with customers and put it on a YouTube thing?
That's kind of what
You
it
know?
felt like a little bit.
No, but not you don't get tips at Best Buy, but I've noticed places like coffee places, they know just when to have the small talk when you're getting ready to fill in the tip part of your. Like, so you got any big plans this weekend?
Have you noticed too at grocery stores in particular? I noticed this at Smith's or Harmon's. Every single employee, no matter whether they're behind a counter or passing you in the aisle, walking around the store, will attempt to make some sort of eye contact and say, "Everything okay?
Yeah.
Is it, you finding what you need?" I mean, they've become really zealous about it.
It's customer service.
Well, you know, and I think so, and I know this will sound weird, but I think a lot of it has to do with the grocery industry is panicked about
Amazon?
Amazon taking over Whole Foods.
Yeah, because the home delivery thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, I know they've all started amping up their whole home delivery and order online thing.
And now, you know, years ago Harmon's did this, which I liked, and then they kind of discontinued it. But they used to have places where you would drive your car and they would bring your groceries out to the car.
They still do that at Brickyard.
Well, they didn't for. I know they had it. It was set up for that when it was built, but then they kind of stopped doing it for a long time. But now they're. And then I noticed at the Stabby Smiths over here on 5th East downtown.
Do you want driving those?
They have a drive up. I think they have a pickup.
Well, you can order online and then just go and park in that thing.
Oh,
and
is
then,
that what that's?
And then they bring it out to you.
That's what that is.
So it's like you're there for just a
And
minute.
There's no charge for that either.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. So they're and it's Amazon, and the drug companies are now panicked because Amazon is saying, looking at getting into the prescription medicine stuff and doing deliveries so people won't have to go to pharmacies.
Here's someone who says, I worked at Smith's for 10 years. They make their employees do that. The employees' bonuses are based on how satisfied their customers are.
Yeah.
So
and you know when the guy at the car dealership or at the mechanic, you know, or whatever you're doing at a car dealership, or they'll say, you know, you're going to get a survey from Honda in the mail. Yeah. Would you make sure you fill that out? Yeah. And I say, okay, and I do, and I like that. It's because I only go to Stockton 12 Honda for any kind of stuff I need like that. And you know, if you mark them even 1 point below very satisfied, there's trouble. If you don't fill them all out with like 10s, you know, it hurts them.
The online Smiths, it's $5 charge.
$5 to do that online.
To do the online thing. Yes, Dylan? Anything? You stepped in here like you wanted to.
So, Katie, there you go. So there's the screenshot from Oklahoma.
Oh, this
is
is
causing all the controversy. It's not in the Kansas City scene. It's in Judd's.
Oh, it is in Judd's.
And Judd is the bad guy.
Right.
And Curly notices some pin-up girls on the wall.
Yeah.
And
how
x96.com/live.
Yeah.
And it's just that really very second.
8 seconds, it says in the story. So
I don't even know if it's that long. So, but and then Curly's creeped out by it. Judd's like he doesn't go, "Oh, these girls are pretty." He says something like, "Well, I'm gonna go blind." Like he's not happy that this dude has these naked ladies up.
That one's kind of.
But if it's a flash,
it's hardly pornography.
Yeah.
It's
It's pinups.
It's pinups.
Yeah.
Silly.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Of course, it is Payson.
Payson.
Yeah.
Well,
right,
Payson is kind of.
That's kind of a rough and tumble.
Yeah, they are a little bit. Yeah. I mean, they're no Springville.
Well,
they can handle things in Springville.
Oh,
yeah.
Springville. Oh.
Yeah, anything goes in Springville.
Yeah.
Haven't you heard that?
Emergency vehicles blocking 2 right lanes on the shoulder, I-15 northbound, just before the 6 South exit in Salt Lake. There's a crash right by the I-80 Spaghetti Bowl. Left shoulder is blocked in South Salt Lake, adding to delays there. So nastiness there. Crash northbound I-215 at 35th South. And looks like that's about it. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much. Colin Quinn is allegedly here. He is here? Okay.
Cool.
We'll have him on right after these. Stand by. KXRK Provo, ranlife.com.
Oh,
It's Radio from Hell with Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, 8:05 right now. Colin Quinn.
Exceptionally happy to have Colin Quinn live in the studio right now here in Salt Lake.
After our big phone call.
Yeah, which I'm sure you don't remember. When you're doing stuff like that, like we talked about, was about 2 years ago. You were doing the
Netflix
Broadway.
special, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And was it for the Netflix?
I think it was, yeah.
And
or unconstitutional, right?
Maybe it was unconstitutional.
And you must talk to like 100 radio stations a morning or something, right?
Yeah.
But you remember
there's
us.
bad ones and good ones, you know.
So you remember us as being one of the great ones.
Well, no.
No, not really.
I guess we'll find out now if we can recreate the magic.
Yeah. WiseGuysComedy.com is where you'll go to get tickets to Colin Quinn's shows. He's performing at Wise Guys tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday, tonight, I'll be there.
And Saturday, he'll be there as well. So I'm just interested to hear you talk a little bit about, the zeitgeist.
The zeitgeist?
About what's going on
Well,
right now.
I feel like there'll be a this is finally it. The country's finally
You
had it.
think?
Yeah.
We've had it.
I feel like we've it's been happening for 50 years, really, maybe 40 years. But I mean, I feel like it's finally going to happen where people are going to have to figure out a way to live peaceably, separately.
Separately.
Yeah, I feel like the country's going to break up.
You really do.
I really do.
I mean, the look on his face is there's no
no
BS.
joke there.
You know?
See, last time I was on the phone, this time you guys get to see the serious look on my face.
Yeah.
Break up like certain people live over here and we live over here because we all agree?
I don't know how it would work, but like, let's face it, Texas and California have 1 foot out the door. And, you guys have
California
kind of
wants to split.
Yeah, California wants to split. Texas wants to split. And I just feel like people have different cultures. The country's too big. It was a mistake from the beginning.
I mean, they just divide it up into regions.
Western United States is its own country.
SEC. ACC.
Does that mean I have to move?
The Big West.
I always thought, and maybe this is the division you're thinking about too, is that there will be gated communities and then everybody else.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's true.
But there already are big gated communities and everything.
Yeah, but I think it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then there'll be all of us, and then the people who live up on the hill.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of places that it's kind of like that, but I mean, there's a lot of countries that are like that too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I just can't imagine people just, I always say like democracy wasn't meant to go electric. It's like Newport Jazz Festival in 1965.
Oh, yeah.
Acoustically.
Thank you.
A great
Thank
reference.
you.
I like that.
Kids, Google.
Yeah.
Kids, let me.
Footnotes
Kids.
to the Radio from
Listen to
Home
me,
show
kids.
are available.
I mean, are you kidding? All these kids now they know more than we do about all this stuff. They know everything about everything.
Yeah.
They know the history of comedy, history of music. And but yeah, I just feel like that's taken it to a new level where people are just like, okay, I don't like you. I don't want to be around people like you. And it's going to happen.
Well, and nobody's changing each other's minds either.
Nobody's changing each other's minds.
So you grew up in New York?
In New York.
And I know you've lived there for a long time.
Sure.
Not L.A.
Richie.
Richie Calves, they call him.
So you must know Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I spent a lot of sleepovers at the house. Actually.
I mean, you do. I mean, you must know. You certainly
I've
know
met
a lot.
him twice.
Have you?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, at 2 roasts. And this was like years ago. And at both roasts, it was the same thing. Like, just the same thing the way he ran his campaign. Like, at the beginning, you're like, this guy's, he's got a little humor to him. He's got a little, he's kind of funny. Like, he'd be up there going, this guy's a loser. And everyone's kind of laughing. Like, hey, for a business guy, he's kind of funny. But you're like, yeah, he's kind of a douche.
He's a douche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're allowed to say douche on it.
Yeah.
You can say douche.
Okay,
You
yeah.
can say
I
douche.
mean, he's obviously a douche. But like I said, he got elected. Everybody's talking about him and what he is. He got elected because too many people don't want to be scolded by people in comedy, and half the country. You can't tell sheet metal workers in Missouri that they should acknowledge their privilege when they get up at 5:30 in the morning and expect them to go, "You're right, Mr. Director of movie." You know what I mean? So it's like a two-sided thing.
Yeah.
He got elected because he was the manifestation of all the ugliness of two sides.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So this is a comedy show you're doing tonight? I'm just... I'm just.
I think this is hilarious.
Gina, you're allowed to say manifestation in a comedy show. You're right, actually. If there's one rule of comedy, once you say manifestation, people are like, okay, I want my money back.
He said, man, what?
Now he's starting to.
Yeah. I think this is hilarious.
Well, but that's the sort of the entryway into the comedy.
Yeah, that's it's and I was like, see, I don't.
What else am I gonna say?
I mean, I like it when because we've have comedians on, and you don't come in and do your routine.
Well,
they go to the show to see.
And a lot of morning shows expect them to come in and do their routine.
Exactly.
You know, and
I mean, I was never really wacky
that.
anyway. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what Gina expected.
It was. She expected you to be like when Emo Phillips was in our studio one time, and we kept trying to have just a conversation with him, like about where you're from and he couldn't figure it out. All he could do was he wanted to do these lines. You know?
Nope, hadn't.
You'd ask him a question, and then he'd pause, and then it would be, then there was the time, and he'd start a routine.
But that's also because in the 80s, because I worked in the 80s too, but he started in the. You had to go on radio. You better have all your jokes.
Yeah.
Or if you try to say anything, like, "What are you doing? Trying to sell tickets to the show?" You know.
We like to talk to you like you're people.
Yeah. That's why Gina felt she could comfortably and safely insult you.
Gina wants me to be like, "Hey,
look at that, he's pouring water on himself."
No, it's just because we get accused of being heavy politics all the time, and then we have this nice break with Colin Quinn here, and
but
we really can't help it.
I know, but I'm telling you, it was only the word manifestation. It really, I should. I would like to think of another word for it, but
No, it was perfect. It was perfect. Colin Quinn, Friday night.
I
and
said
Saturday
zeitgeist
night.
earlier too.
Yeah,
so
zeitgeist. He started it.
That's a comedy word.
He started it.
It's my fault.
The first question: what do you think of the zeitgeist? First of all, it's the most sweeping question in the world.
Yeah.
Luckily, you found the one guy who actually thinks I'm glad. Yes,
I don't know.
I knew Colin.
Maybe the focus groups are right. We're too highfalutin.
I dare you guys to ask the next 10 comedians. What do they think of the zeitgeist? And I guarantee 9 of them won't know what you mean by the zeitgeist.
Richie, write that down. We'll do that.
They're going to think it's like was that like a German bakery in Salt Lake?
Do they have buns there?
Have you tried the zeitgeist in Salt Lake?
Oh, it's
like,
delicious.
No, we'll go there after the radio. We'll go to breakfast.
Colin Quinn will be at Wise Guys. He'll be there tonight for sure.
Yes.
And tomorrow for sure.
Go to wiseguyscomedy.com. You can buy tickets right there.
Yeah. You got any plans to do another New York,
another
like a live show,
thing?
one-man show?
Yeah, well, this is sort of the beginnings of it. You know what I mean? This is basically it. It's called One in Every Crowd. So it's kind of like it's about the national thing, but it's also about the fact there's one person in every in this office. There's one person that's a toxic, like in every situation. Over the course of my whole life, like how can that be? And if that person leaves, somebody else replaces them. So that's really my fascinating thing for what that means in the grand scheme of things.
Will Jerry?
Now that's funny.
Will Jerry Seinfeld? Because he directed you.
Jerry's
before.
that person.
He directed you.
He's the toxic person.
Yeah, he directed me, but no, he won't be probably won't direct this one. Who knows?
Yeah,
certainly helps when he directs. Suddenly doors open.
See, now I'm thinking of who that person is. Well, in my life right now, it's Richie.
Toxic.
But
Richie Calves?
Yeah.
Richie Calves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is in my life.
Okay,
sure.
so I'm gonna
I'll have to think about it.
Come to the show and think about it.
The thing I like about Richie is most people greet you to do a hi, come on in. He literally walked across the street in the cold in his jorts.
Yep.
Hey, you know who used to own that place? Yelling to me like I feel like I was back in Brooklyn.
I want you to feel at home.
He's got like a real New York energy to him. He's walking through the streets yelling, hey, you know who own that place? Yeah, the guy's here. Walks you across.
It's wiseguyscomedy.com to get tickets to see Colin Quinn. You can hang around if you want, or you can. We're going to take a break.
Got other
here.
radio stations to go visit?
Do you have other? Yeah.
Well.
You have to go visit. No? He's
all right,
no.
good.
Yeah, you can hang around if you want.
I don't know what time Zeitgeist opens. So.
Yeah. I'm leaving. Are we off the air?
No, we're just doing traffic.
Doing traffic.
That's the traffic music.
Okay.
Crash northbound I-15 at milepost 307. That's the 9th South off-ramp. The right lane is closed there. Crash Riverdale Road 1500 West. That's up in Weber County. Crash northbound I-215 35th South. Left shoulder closed there. Crash southbound I-15 200 North off-ramp up in Davis County. That's traffic.
All right. Now, Colin, you could maybe, if you want to, just kind of be a fourth member of the show for a minute.
Wow.
And
sure.
so if you want to. So we do this feature that we're going to do now, and we're going to play some commercials here, but I got to introduce the feature, and then we'll come back to it. It's called the Boner of the Day.
Ooh.
And this is round 2. Now, this is boner as in the old-fashioned use of the term.
I understand, of course.
Yeah. So here are your 3 boner candidates that you'll be voting on coming up. Number 1, I won't write you a ticket then. It's professional courtesy. Number 2, fossil fuels help prevent sexual assault, you know. And number 3,
I heard about that one.
Number 3, don't you dare mess with my grandson.
All right.
Those are the 3.
All 3 candidates coming up, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo, all on the way. Stand by.
Now, you know, when you're going to Zeitgeist for coffee,
yes,
you'll probably also see a
Mattress Firm store. 'Cause they're everywhere.
They're everywhere around here. And a Mattress Firm, we all have mattresses from there, and we're encouraging people to go to Mattress Firm and save a lot of money on a good mattress.
It's the holidays, and they're doing a special on a second mattress. You've got people coming into town, and you can give them a nice place to sleep.
Yeah, just if you buy an I-Series mattress, you will get a second mattress from Mattress Firm for 50% off. Get a Beauty Rest Firm Queen mattress for just $399.99. Find your perfect Serta memory foam queen mattress for $474.99 during this sale. And remember, with a Mattress Firm mattress, if you don't like it, you got 120 days.
That's too long.
Just take it home, sleep on it, and if you after 120 days, you say, no, it's wrong. I don't like this one. You can take it back. They'll give you another one, or they'll refund your money. If you can find a store, I know you can. You just go to mattressfirm.com.
Hey, this is Todd Newcomb. If you like the old school classics from the 90s,
Newsman. Trusted? I don't know. Bill Allred on X96.
That guy is a dick.
He's a dick.
Calling me, going, I ain't trusted, I don't know.
Yeah. But it's an interior conspiracy because they hand him a script.
I know. Oh.
You're hated here. in your
someone
own
here.
home.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
No, they're trying to be irreverent. Like, oh.
Is that it?
Hey, we're making fun of the...
All right.
That's
It's a
Colin
bit of an
Quinn,
old
by the
moment.
way, in the studio with us
Yes.
still. Remember, Colin Quinn tonight, Wise Guys, and tomorrow
as
night,
well.
Wise Guys, wiseguyscomedy.com.
All right. Let's see. It's time for round 2 of the boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote who of these 3 is the worst, who of these 3 deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. It's got a 50-50 chance if it wins here. 2 candidates now, a 3rd candidate after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive something nice.
I can't buy it. Gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boater t-shirt, courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair, Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
All right, just boner candidate number 1. I won't write you a ticket then. Professional courtesy. This is the story of an impersonator, a police impersonator. News outlets cited the arrest warrant in reporting that a Louisville police officer was driving in his personal vehicle when a 24-year-old man, Brandon Hurley, began driving toward him Saturday with flashing lights and a honking horn. The warrant said the officer pulled over and asked Hurley if he knew how fast he was going. When the officer identified himself as working for the Louisville Police Department, Mr. Hurley said, "Oh." "Well, okay then, I won't write you a ticket," and he ran off. Police said that the officer got Hurley's license plate number. I guess he drove off. And he was arrested Tuesday on charges of impersonating a peace officer. Boner candidate number 1, well, I won't write you a ticket then. Professional courtesy.
Can we discuss this?
Yes.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's not a boner move. It's kind of a slick move. But second of all, how about the cop that's like, well, I'm not going to arrest him right now. I'll get his license plate number.
Well, he took off. He drove off.
Took
real
off.
fast.
He was standing next to his car.
Oh, no, apparently.
Then he's like
Oh,
this.
did he run away on foot?
No, there's something mighty suspicious about that story. That cop didn't want to get out and do his job.
He was off duty.
I'll take his
he was off
license.
duty, yeah.
Yeah, he was on his way somewhere.
Yeah,
probably-
probably see his girlfriend. probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
No,
He's cheating
yeah.
on his wife.
Yep.
And he's like, uh-oh, I don't want to get in trouble. I'll take his license plate and deal with it
Well,
later.
we're going to change this around, and then the officer is the
Yeah,
boner
he's the
candidate
boner
here.
of the
All
week.
right. Here's boner candidate number 2. You know, fossil fuels will help prevent sexual assault.
How does
Every time I think it's an Onion story, and it's not.
No.
But what was there an explanation for that one too?
Well, Rick Perry,
right,
Energy Secretary, suggested Thursday that expanding the use of fossil fuels could help prevent sexual assault. Speaking during an energy policy discussion about energy policy with Meet the Press host Chuck Todd and Axios CEO and founder Jim Vanderhei,
right,
Perry discussed his recent trip to Africa. He said, I met a young girl there, and she told me that energy is important to her because she often reads by the light of a fire with toxic fumes. So they had energy that could power, and then they could have lights, electric lights.
Sure.
And also, from the standpoint of sexual assault, when the lights are on, when you have light that sheds the righteousness, if you will, on those types of acts.
What?
Is that what he said?
That's what he said. That's a quote, direct quote.
My God.
Perry said, using fossil fuel to push power into remote villages in Africa is necessary. It'll have a positive role in people's lives. President Trump has called for expanding domestic production of fossil fuels for export.
Is he trying to say, like, if you have streetlights and things, that it
People
helps
won't
with
get
crime?
raped.
Is that kind of where he's going with that?
Because rape only happens in the dark in his world.
When the lights are on, you have the light that shines the righteousness, if you will, on those types of acts.
He's an idiot.
He literally said the righteousness?
Yes, he did. Wow. And then people tried to explain for him. So the secretary was making the important point that while many Americans take electricity for granted, there are people in other countries who are impacted by the lack of electricity.
Because we have no rape here because we have electricity.
Right. Nobody gets raped. We have streetlights. Boner candidate number 2.
Plenty of light in Hollywood. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Don't you dare mess with my grandson or my son.
Boner candidate number 3 after this here. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by
Haster Games has the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, 6831 South State, online at hastergames.com.
Well, let's see, I'm trying to find a nice story for you, Gina. I know you like the crime stories, but of course, my computer then, whenever I do this, it decides, well, I'm not going to cooperate, and I'm just going to freeze up.
It doesn't like the stories that I like. That's what I gathered.
Apparently not.
How about the murder in Park City?
Oh, yeah.
Was
Do you
there?
have that?
Oh, very good. You know, I don't have that. I know about that story.
Let me find it for you.
But
Hold on.
now, so what I know about it is I'd forgotten about it, and I didn't pull it into my news today.
Hold on.
So what I know about it is a woman was found dead in a room at a hotel, and she had been staying there with a relative. Now that when I heard the story, they didn't know who the relative was or what relationship, but there was in the room with someone else. Anyway, somebody went in the room, found her dead, and ran out and called the police, and the police are investigating a homicide. Mr. Quinn, do you know more about it than that?
No, I don't.
I got. I sent it to you, but I'll
yeah, just do it, will you? Because my computer, as I said, is...
29-year-old woman's been found dead in a hotel room in Park City, and police are investigating it as a possible homicide. Authorities were called to the Park Regency Hotel about 1:30 a.m. Thursday, where they found the woman's body in the room on the hotel's 3rd floor. Police said the victim was found, quote, still in bed, and had been interviewing a male who had access to the room. Let's see.
Not a relative.
At one point, officers were using a metal detector to scan the ground outside the resort. A blood trail visible in the parking lot from the building to the mulch. One guest said a tree nearby had broken branches and a pool of blood at the bottom. She thinks the man went out a window and climbed down the tree. That's where the blood trail started when I saw it. So not her blood, but his. Yeah.
I like the fact that the person with the most information forensically is the guest. A guest at the hotel saw broken branches and blood. She said he may have gone down the tree. This is a guest?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's not a police spokesman?
No, they're still investigating.
I like that. That's what CSI culture has gotten us.
All right,
He's like,
now,
well, I'll tell you what happened.
I'm trying to... So now I'm going to have to try to do this on my phone.
Is it really not working at all?
Yeah,
I don't like when people get murdered at resorts. Like, you ever remember Ted Bundy? Like, Ted Bundy was at a resort, some ski resort, and he murdered one of the people. It was like, oh, yeah, the resort's the one place murder should not be.
I know.
Murder should be, you're talking about segregating the country. There should be a murder section.
There should be a murder section, and resort, murder is murder.
Yeah.
Well,
or it should be separated.
Where then, Colin Quinn, do you think that where should the murderers be located in this country?
In non-leisure activity areas at all times.
Right. Here's a story I was going to do for you, Gina. Maybe we'll have the woman's mugshot, I hope. A nurse was barred from working at an Oklahoma jail after onlookers claim she attempted to conduct an exorcism on an inmate instead of offering medical help during the incident. So if you go to x96.com/live, you can see the picture of this woman, this nurse.
She looks like the thing that is exercised, not the person that will help.
Well, it's just a hair. I think we're being unfair. She's not that unattractive. It's just the hair.
Colin, she's got a bulgy, goofy eye.
One eye?
Well, she's got both of her eyes.
I think she has nice eyes underneath it all.
Well, all right. Her name is Amanda Freeman. She's
like
32.
She looks like Helen Hunt.
Amanda Freeman died. It is Helen Hunt. Yeah. Apparently, Amanda Freeman was the inmate who died. Apparently, this woman, the nurse, who was not identified by officers, was called to Freeman's cell after she experienced a seizure-like activity, and the nurse said, "I tried to exorcise the demons that were within her."
The nurse said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Donald Trump's pick for the Department of Agriculture, you know, the head scientist for the Department of Agriculture.
Yes, you need a scientist there.
Who is not a scientist.
Not a scientist.
Sam Clovis. He's not going to be.
Tremendously talented man, Sam Clovis. You're gonna love. You're gonna be excited about this man.
And he's really attractive too. I mean, he's just a good-looking guy.
I got news for you.
Never seen
Radio guy.
Really?
Yeah, radio guy.
I don't trust him.
Yeah.
Immediately. Do not trust him.
He has withdrawn his name.
Well, yeah,
because
he's in trouble.
Yeah, because George Papadopoulos, former Trump campaign official who pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI, said, you know, I was emailing Sam Clovis about my contacts with the Russians back in 2016.
Ask him about this.
Is that him?
There he is.
There's Clovis. That's a good-looking man.
Yeah.
Radio guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he had his own radio show.
He did.
In a letter to President Trump, Clovis says, you know, I just don't want to be a distraction in the campaign, so I think I'll step back. And besides, they're probably going to indict
Translated, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're coming to get me.
Let's
His
see.
lawyer's like, are you crazy? You paint a target on your back? He's like, you're right.
Speaking of being in trouble, Kevin Spacey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, it's gotten worse
Getting
now.
worse?
Yeah.
I went down a rabbit hole of interviews that I wish I hadn't.
A publicist,
Kevin Spacey?
The publicist for Kevin Spacey has announced that the Oscar-winning actor is seeking treatment.
Yes.
At a resort where nice things happen.
As reports emerged that the London Theatre, where he was the longtime artistic director, turned a blind eye to allegations of sexual misconduct. More men have come forward, accusing Mr. Spacey of behaving inappropriately toward them. This week, of course, actor Anthony Rapp accused him of sexual misconduct when Mr. Rapp was just 14 years old. Many of the accusations regarding Spacey involve behavior that would have taken place when he was artistic director at the Old Vic Theatre in London, a position that he held for 11 years. In a statement provided to the New York Times on Wednesday, Mr. Spacey's publicist, who, by the way,
quit.
Unless this is a different new publicist, his publicist has quit, and so he's also been dropped by Creative Artists Agency.
Oh, really?
CAA.
Wow.
Kevin Spacey is taking time necessary to seek evaluation and treatment. No other information is available at this time. The Old Vic released a statement saying it's deeply dismayed by the allegations, adding that it had set up an email address for anybody who worked there to make a confidential complaint about inappropriate behavior by Mr. Spacey or by anyone else.
We are deeply dismayed by.
So this has kind of been a kind of an amazing period of time, hasn't it, for all of these sexual assaults?
Oh, yeah.
And rape and all the Weinstein stuff. And what do you make of all of that, Colin
It's
Quinn?
only going to get bigger. I mean, well, like even Weinstein, even Kevin Spacey. Like, of course, I've heard over the years, oh, that guy's like a pervert. But you didn't know they were committing these acts. You know what I mean? Like, you just like, oh, they're like
Pervert's
pushy.
a general term.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you think of like a pushy like, you know, you heard Harvey Weinstein's guy's like, hey, always like trying to get
grabby. Or,
like a sleaze bag.
Yeah.
You know they're trying to get it, but you don't realize where they take it.
Yeah.
Well, I'd imagine your friend Amy Schumer has stories like this, doesn't she?
What the hell?
No, hasn't it happened to her? Doesn't she have stories?
First of all, I don't know if it's happened to her. Second of all, if I did know, I think I'd be like, hey, you know, Amy's actually been assaulted. Cut to the front page of Google.
Yeah.
I'll be like, Colin Quinn says Amy.
You're right.
That's up to
I
her.
think
To
it's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
She hasn't spoken publicly about it, at least as far as
She hasn't spoken publicly, but let's put it this way. There's many, many stories that she's been involved in. No, I'm just kidding. She's never said anything like that to me, no. But, you know, I'm not.
Now, Donald Trump's female accusers.
That's right.
Fantastic, tremendous.
Allegations, of course, all of this stuff coming out now. Donald Trump's accusers, who accused him of doing stuff to them during the campaign. Well,
during the campaign?
No.
Oh, during the campaign.
During the campaign, they accused him, and they said, you know, he's a sleaze. He's done stuff to us. They're feeling really left out.
Right.
Because all of this attention, and he got elected president, and nobody's doing anything.
Right. But what did he do? The question is, what other than being a sleaze did he try to assault? You know what I mean? Like there's a there's a fine line.
Let's see. In a
There are
lawsuit,
some details. Yeah.
Summer Zervos, a former contestant on Trump's show The Apprentice, represented by the law firm, of course, of Aunt Gloria Allred, who has helped bring cases against Cosby and other high-profile defendants.
Right.
They claim that Mr. Trump defamed Ms. Zervos during the campaign when he repeatedly described her and other accusers' accounts as lies and nonsense. Let's see what I'm trying to see if they say exactly what she said. Exactly what she said. Mr. Trump denied allegations. Said Leeds wasn't attractive enough for him. Oh, she said Donald Trump grabbed my breasts, put his hand up my skirt during a plane ride several years ago.
Yeah.
This is Jessica Leeds who said that.
It's hard to keep it all straight.
There are women who have made specific allegations against him, and it's all been just brushed aside.
Sure.
They're all lying, every one of them.
Sure.
And then, I love the Burger King. Now, I mean
the actual Burger King.
I mean the actual character, the Burger King.
Yeah.
That big and
I used to like him.
That big fake. Why don't you like him now?
I don't know. He just Burger King lost me finally.
Well, because
it used to be Burger King. The burgers are good and the fries are good at McDonald's.
Yeah, and I don't particularly eat at Burger King.
You just like the
but
character.
I just like this character.
I liked him back in the day. I don't know what happened.
Well, you should see this video, and I put it on my Twitter at RFH Bill. The Burger King has shaved his beard, and there's a video of him shaving his beard.
It's like Richie.
He does look like Richie.
For Movember, for Men's Health Awareness, and
I don't recognize him anymore.
And he's now the video goes on, and he has a series of different mustaches.
He's a very nice chin. He's got a very a cleft.
Yeah, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I like that character.
All right. Sports, weather, traffic. Well, weather and traffic, because
wait, what about the boner?
Well, we're getting to that.
We'll get to it. Well,
see, we tease you into staying longer, Colin.
Got it.
We need the time.
Tom Hackett will be here to give us sports after these, but.
Weather, it's breezy and warm today, 65 for a high, brought to you by Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 on a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com. Traffic, let's refresh that so we have the very latest for you. Crash westbound I-80 at milepost 100. This is a mile east of Tooele. We've got a crash northbound I-15, 9th South off-ramp. Right lane is closed there. Crash Riverdale Road, 1500 West in Weaver County. Crash northbound I-215, 35th South. It's off to the left shoulder. Crash southbound I-15, 200 North, the off-ramp there. And looks like that's about it. That's traffic.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. Now, Katie pointed out the story is written kind of confusingly, and I sort of mistitled it. It should be Don't You Dare Mess With My Son. A Kentucky grandmother was arrested this week for allegedly scattering nude photos of her son's ex-girlfriend around a high school, according to local reports. Police say that Frances Bailey sneaked into Pleasure Ridge Park High School.
Really?
Pleasure Ridge?
That should not be the name of a high school. That should not be the name of a high school.
You know where we go to high school, don't you? We go to Pleasure Ridge.
Yeah, you're right.
It says in Louisville, she sneaked in through a side door and dispersed the nude photos of the unidentified woman, who is a mother of a student who attends the school. And she put the photos in the ladies' bathroom. Ms. Bailey then left the school and was captured on school surveillance footage driving around the parking lot, where cops say more copies of the naked photos were found thrown on the grass and in the parking lot. A teenage student at the school found the pictures in the bathroom and told the school's assistant principal. Ms. Bailey, according to investigators, got the photos off of her son's cell phone. This woman that was on his cell phone had dumped him. Cops contacted the woman in the photos, who told the cops she believed Ms. Bailey was behind the revolting act because she had once dated Bailey's son. The woman also previously filed a criminal complaint against Bailey, who has a granddaughter at the same school. And I don't know why that's in
why
there.
Why are 2 of the 3 boner of the weeks from Louisville?
Oh, it just happens sometimes.
It's usually Florida, though.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 3, don't you dare mess with my son.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
So number 1 was, listen, I won't write you a ticket then. It's professional courtesy. An impersonator was arrested after he pulled over a cop. He didn't know it was a cop when he pulled him over. He was just trying to play cop. And the cop said, I work for the Louisville Police Department. And the guy said, okay, I won't write you a ticket then. And he took off. But Colin thinks that the cop should be the boner for not just collaring the guy immediately. Boner candidate number 2, fossil fuels will help prevent sexual assault. Rick Perry, the Secretary of Energy, who is smart because he wears glasses, says that fossil fuels it'll bring light to places that don't have light, and then people won't get sexually assaulted. The light of righteousness. And boner candidate number 3, don't you dare mess with my son.
All right, there you go. You've got to decide, candidate 1, 2, or 3. Which of these 3 is the worst and most deserving to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day? Put 1, 2, or 3, the candidate that you think should win, in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Round 2, November 3rd, and vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It'll appear. All right, you got 4.5 minutes. That's all the time. Boner, Round 2. Here we go.
Stay tuned for a 1-hour nonstop music wingding right after Radio from Hell on X96.
Now, I got this email from Marianne Daly, and it says, hi, Bill, longtime friend of the program. Listen and love the show. Nothing makes my morning better. I work from home, so I always have the radio on, and more often than not, find myself laughing really, 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 really hard out loud, of course. I identify with you most of the time of the 3. So it says, anyway, Marianne goes on to say, I'm writing lately due to the interns. I really enjoyed the interview you did with Matt. What a smart, charming, and funny man.
I didn't know I was on the webcam.
She didn't say anything about the way you looked at this point. Yeah. Smart, charming, and funny. Shows real interest in radio. He's one to keep around.
Really?
Keeper. Oh, and he brought you Patron Silver. He rocks. He also has that radio voice. Forget that Guthrie guy. Oh no, it says Gumthrie.
Gumthrie?
Yeah,
Gumthrie.
forget Gumthrie.
That's Guthrie's evil twin.
Sorry, he just didn't do anything for me. And try to work it out so that Matt has some more radio time.
Ooh.
That would be sweet.
Matt, you are so cute. I know.
And funny.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thanks, Marianne.
Wow.
Now, I just wonder if this would change Marianne's opinion at all. This is an email that I got from Matt.
From this man?
Yeah.
Wait, which? Oh, was this the one I sent on Monday?
I suppose so.
When you weren't here. Yeah.
Today, says Matt. It says subject. Hello, my name is Matt Timian, and I know how to offend the CEO of Simmons like no other. Today, I wore a T-shirt that says Godweiser on the front and This Blood's for You on the back. Of course, it's a parody shirt.
Of course.
Oh, really?
No.
And it was meant to be serious and worn by Christians. I often find gems like these and wear them as a parody of a parody. Witty and original, I know. Anyway, the CEO of Simmons, I suppose he means Craig Hansen?
Yes,
it was Craig.
Craig was walking by me in the hallway with another gentleman in a suit, and after walking past me, they both stopped, turned around, and looked at my shirt. I pretended not to notice.
Looked at the ceiling.
I then heard them say, "We have some really interesting people working here." They continued to mumble about how interesting I am and then walked up the stairs.
You're making it sound a lot more positive than it really was.
Yes, I'm not taking it as positive at all. Yes, I know how to make an impression. Now I'm certain to get a job. Matt Timian. So, Marianne, there's just more evidence.
It's probably making her more hot for him.
Probably is.
Well,
here's Marianne's email, Matt, if you'd like to
thank
contact
you.
her.
That would be great.
Maybe she could help you with the crock pots and the little smokies.
Appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Matt Timian, our intern.
Him and Marianne.
Matt and Marianne.
How nice.
I don't know. He's 2 divorces down already. I don't.
Well, if I could counsel Matt on anything, I'd just say don't do it again. Don't get married again.
Date all you want.
Date all you want. Have a girlfriend, but don't marry again.
I don't trust Matt as far as I can throw him.
Really?
I think you should try to throw him.
I can't throw him. I could throw him an inch. That's how much I trust him.
Oh, I'm sure you can do more than an inch.
2 inches, maybe. I just can't. I'm kind of weak. You should know that about me. I'm weak.
I just thought you meant more.
Bill, and of course, Gina on X96.
See, he doesn't like you either. Did you hear that in his voice? You should care.
I don't care.
You better start caring, or you're going to lose all self-respect.
I only care what Colin Quinn thinks.
Listen, we're going to tell you who won the boner voting, and then we'll say goodbye to Colin.
Don't we get to vote?
Sure.
Which one do you want to vote for?
Well, let me give my reasons first.
Okay.
Rick Perry, because even though the old lady, what she did was like vicious and mean.
Handing out the nude
Boner
photos.
is stupid.
Yeah. Yes.
So what she did wasn't necessarily stupid. It was just mean.
Yeah.
What he said was just stupid.
It's stupid.
I was voting for Rick
And a
Perry
boner
as
was
well.
stupid.
Well, let me tell you that, first of all, Tyler won the boner T-shirt. Congratulations to Tyler. Just a random voter. And the winner by...
Brought to you in part by...
Yes, brought to you in part by, let's see, a hot dog with grilled sausages and grilled onions and peppers.
And looking for a stress-free place for your holiday or birthday parties? Go to Fat Cat's. Great food, bowling, glow-in-the-dark, mini golf, and more. Call today or go to fatcatsfun.com.
Colin Quinn picked it. Carrie picked it. Overwhelming. Number 2, fossil fuels help prevent sexual assault.
All right, so that one goes forward to Boner Fight. It might be Boner of the Day. That happens at 9:25.
Thanks for being here.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Wise Guys Comedy, Colin Quinn. He'll be there tonight.
What? One show tonight, 2 tomorrow. It has been confirmed.
It has. Oh, there we go.
So it was a big debate when Colin walked in. He said, I think I'm doing 1 show only. And then the website said 2, but now it's confirmed.
Confirmed. 1 tonight, 2 tomorrow. WiseGuysComedy.com.
All right. Have a good show.
Thanks, you guys. I'll be at Zeitgeist for breakfast if anyone's
All right. See you later.
One of their hot cross buns, if you don't mind. Where's Tom? Tom Hackett. He's here to help us care about sports. Colin, good luck. Have a good show. See ya.
Our friend Tom Hackett is here.
There he is.
So if you're young and if you're healthy, why not get a boat and come to Australia?
So Mr. Hackett, hi.
Hi.
You can hear Tom Hackett on ESPN AM 700 every weekday from
2 to 6.
2 to 6. I think I said 4 to 6 last week.
You don't know.
I wanted to cut your show down for you
That's right.
because I know how tiring it is for you.
Yeah. You know, I wanted you to do that for me too.
So Tom was here last week and said that the University of Utah would perhaps win that game.
Well, why do we have to talk about that? Let's look
Because-
ahead.
because-
Let's look forward.
Well, just because I don't know what happened exactly, but you did say if their quarterback, who was it, Oregon?
Braxton Burmeister or Justin Herbert, the starter.
Yeah, if he was healthy, that they would have a tough time. Was he? Did he play? And was
No.
So they lost anyway.
Yeah, they couldn't stop the run. They couldn't defend the run, and that was the problem last week. Oregon going into the game had a very good running back core. There were 3 running backs, headlined by one Royce Freeman, and he ended up being the difference maker. This week, however, there is more quarterback controversy. I guess Josh Rosen for UCLA, who, by the way, is arguably the number 1 overall pick in next year's NFL draft.
Really?
He's potentially not going to play. We thought it was a finger. Now the conversation of concussion is coming into play, and so if he doesn't play, they've got a pretty big-time guy behind him, but he's just a young freshman, so you never really know who's going to play. I reckon the backup's going to play, but like last week, kind of
didn't matter.
It didn't matter. So well, hopefully it matters this week, and Utah can get the win. If Utah can't win this week, then they won't be going to a bowl game, I don't think.
Now, is the game here?
Blackout game.
Oh, that's right. You said
Oh, we got tickets.
A blackout game. Yeah, we're going to give away tickets to the game.
At the end of the segment.
So it's tomorrow, is it?
Tonight.
It's tonight.
Tonight,
Okay.
7:30, yes.
All right.
It's a Friday night game, so that'll be fun. And it's a blackout game, like Gina said, so if you go into the game, wear black. And yeah, like I said, if they can't win tonight, then they're not going to win the next 2 weeks, and then they might be able to get a win right at the end of the year, but it'll be too little too late. The Houston Astros won the World Series. You guys see that?
I saw that, yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, well, I guess it was a great series, too.
And then the day after the Houston Astros win the World Series, the Houston Texans starting quarterback tears his ACL, so Houston can't win. There's a jinx or a curse going on in the city of Houston, I reckon. BYU play Fresno. They're 14-point underdogs, so they'll lose again. They've won 2 games all year. I don't know who Weber's playing, Bill.
They won. I don't either. They won last week. I think they beat Montana.
Okay.
I think so. I think Weber is at the top of the Big Sky Conference.
You're probably right.
I think so.
They're doing pretty well. I know they're ranked nationally in that division.
They play the Eastern Washington Eagles tomorrow.
Okay, Eastern Washington's pretty good. In fact, the Eastern Washington Eagles play on a red football field, and the offensive coordinator for Utah came from Eastern Washington last year.
I'm anti-colored fields.
I
Boise
am
State. It's green, and I'm anti-turf.
You know, that
Real
was the
grass.
that was the original name for the band Living Color. They called themselves Colored Fields, and then they decided to change it.
The other thing I was going to say very briefly, Utah Jazz, a couple of former Utes coming into town. They're in town today, actually, because they play, but they got in yesterday. That's irrelevant. Jakob Poeltl, Dylan Wright, back in town for the Portland Trailblazers. They came in the other day. For the Toronto Raptors, pardon me. They play tonight with the Utah Jazz. So
that'll be a big fun game.
Yeah, if you want to see some former Utes, they're getting minutes too. So they spent the first couple of years of their career, I should say, on the Pine, and now they're getting minutes.
What are their names again?
DeLon Wright and Jakob Poeltl.
Okay. Oh, I remember Poeltl. Yeah.
And big Austrian.
Do we know what Logan is doing? Utah State. Do we have any idea?
No idea.
I'll look.
Would you make that your? I want to know.
I don't care enough, Bill.
See, he does sports like I do, which is why I love him.
Well,
I talk about what I care about.
The only time I could get, I'll look it up myself.
I have it. Utah State plays New Mexico tomorrow afternoon.
Like, who cares about that game?
Exactly.
New Mexico? Okay. Best of luck. They'll probably lose too.
Now, have you talked to your grandmother yet?
No.
You've got
She
to
called me the other day.
And you didn't ask
I
her
missed it.
why she told you to be aware of Mormons.
I don't think he wants to know the answer.
Yeah, I'm slightly scared.
Well, yeah, because I know. Well, I know you have a close Mormon friend.
Yes.
And maybe if your grandmother told you why, you would have second thoughts.
No,
or you could keep an eye open. Yeah.
I wouldn't have second thoughts, but it's just something that I don't need to hear.
It's negativity.
It's irrelevant. It's like New Mexico, Utah State. They all blend into the same thing.
Okay. All right, Hackett.
We got tickets to give away to tonight's University of Utah UCLA game. If you want to know more ticket information, go to utahtickets.com or call us right now, 877-602-9696.
And if you would like to hear more charming sports from Tom Hackett, you can listen to ESPN AM 700 on your AM dial every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. 2 to 6.
To 6.
Why do I want to say 4? It's because every time I see him, he says, "It's really hard doing 4 hours of radio, isn't it?" And I say, "Yes, it is."
Thank you, guys. Be well. Happy weekend.
Thank you. Traffic.
Brought to you by Urban Armor Gear phone cases. They're redefining what protection looks like. They're lightweight, slim, built to endure extreme drops. That's UAG, and you can get them for a limited time. Receive 20% off at Bad Apple. Go to badapplerepair.com. I'm going to refresh the UDOT website here quickly. We've got crash westbound I-80 at milepost 100. That's a mile east of Tooele. We've got a crash northbound I-15 9th South off-ramp at Salt Lake. Right lane is closed there. And looks like that's about it. That's traffic.
Thank you very much.
I know Alpine Plastic Surgery, Dr. Randall Barnett. He is a great plastic surgeon.
Well, he's a board-certified plastic surgeon, and not every plastic surgeon is.
He started out being a hand reconstruction plastic surgeon. It was his area of his area of focus and expertise.
And there's a lot of very delicate work when you do that.
And he still does that kind of thing as well. But he's also a great plastic surgeon for cosmetic surgeries.
Now, I've offered to people, you can email me with questions about the procedures that I've had at Alpine Plastic Surgery, but what you should really do is take advantage of the free consultation. You can go in and talk to Dr. Barnett about what you're thinking about maybe having done, and he can give you some advice and direction.
You can call him to make that appointment. The phone number is 801-689-3500. And then you can also go to the website, and there are videos there, I guess, of Dr. Barnett discussing mommy makeover procedures, tummy tucks and breast augmentation or lifts and things like that, talking about them, what's involved in them. So you can go to the website as well. It's alpineplasticsurgery.com.
X96 invites you to open your hearts to the children from the road home, the YWCA Utah, and the Volunteers of America Utah. Make their Christmas merrier by donating gifts to the Candy Cane Corner this holiday season. These children are in need of toys, clothing, shoes, coats, and more, and with your help, they can receive a Christmas. Stop by any mountain.
Toilet sound ready.
Go.
Flush.
Flushy.
And I
toilet
went.
sound. Yeah.
You could have.
Because on this day,
Yes.
Good.
Adam Ant was born. He's what? 63.
63, I think.
Seems like he should be younger than that.
Younger? I was
Yeah.
thinking older.
Anyway.
Bill, how about 63? Just right? Is that
Okay,
just
that's
right?
fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Hey, we need to try again with the University of Utah football tickets. We had a problem with the phone. So here are the details. University of Utah football, they're playing UCLA tonight. It's the blackout game. And as I say every year with the blackout game, they better play the Scorpions during the game sometime. They just need to.
Okay.
They always play back in black, which I appreciate. But if it is the blackout game,
Okay, whatever.
you should. Anyway, tickets, you can get tickets by going to utahtickets.com, or you can win them from us right now. Please don't call if you can't go tonight, because somebody out there will say, hey, I can go, and I didn't win the tickets.
And you have to be able to pick up these tickets here in downtown Salt Lake between 9 and 5.
So don't
there's
call if you
even
can't
more restrictions.
do all of that. Call 877-602-9696.
So, let's go. So tonight, couple of things. Now, I'm in the play tomorrow. White Rabbit, Red Rabbit.
A slyly humorous, audaciously pointed theater entertainment meets social experiment.
And I guess my picture is in the paper today.
Is it?
Oh.
Yeah. Now, there's an article about White Rabbit, Red Rabbit in the Salt Lake Tribune, which I read online this morning. And it just it's by Ann Cannon, and it just says, here's what I can tell you about White Rabbit, Red Rabbit.
It's a secret.
And I read through it, and there's nothing that I didn't, there's no.
They're purposefully vague.
But there was just a picture of a stuffed rabbit. But somebody, I think it was my friend Nicole, just tweeted me a picture from today's paper, and there's a picture of me with the article in the printed paper. I guess I'm not good enough to be online somehow. And then there's a picture of Dina Manzanares as well. So I'm doing that tomorrow. But tonight, I'm going to a play. There's this production company in town called Sackerson Theater. And they produce, they did that thing over at the Old Bay that I was so crazy about, Sonder. They staged that. And they also have their own theater company. And last year I wasn't able to see what they did, but you probably heard about it, Carrie.
What?
They did this production of The Bride of Frankenstein where they acted along with the movie.
Oh, really?
And it was quite successful, apparently. And they interacted with the movie somehow. And it just sounded great. Well, they're doing a play, and it ends tomorrow night. It's tonight and tomorrow. It's called Shock-Headed Peter. It's for Halloween.
Okay.
And this is based on an old German fairy tale about naughty children. So you can guess what it's like if it's an old German, fairy tale about naughty children. It's called Shock-Headed Peter. Now, I've just seen some of the scenes, pictures from it. I think Dylan, there's one.
That looks creepy.
Yeah, x96.com/live. Shock-Headed Peter. Doesn't that look cool, though? I mean, it's
It's creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, all mythology is weird, but German mythology is especially.
You know, if you
kind of
don't
weird.
if you don't keep your fingernails clipped, shock-headed Peter comes and cuts your fingers off.
Oh, I agree with that.
You know, that kind of stuff. But so I'm kind of excited to see it tonight. It's
we're reacting at x96.com/live.
These are pictures that are on the Sackerson website, I think. It just looks creepy, but and I just wanted to bring it up because I like the guy, Alex Ungerman, who is a teacher of my kids out at East Hollywood. He's one of the people involved in Sackerson. And there are only 2 more performances tonight and then tomorrow night. And it's at a place called the Art Factory, 211 West, 2100 South. And you can go to Sackerson. That's SACKERSONS. Just look up that, and you'll find where to get tickets and all of that. But I'm excited about it.
I demand this.
They won't.
What? It's perfect. It's a pump-up song.
Because they've heard you demand it, and they say it's that barbarian. Yeah, don't do it.
And I love at the end where Klaus screams so loud he breaks glass.
You know who could get it done?
Right.
Your father, Tom Barbarian. He could get it.
He could?
Yes.
In
the
day.
Scorpions?
No, still to this day he could.
You think
he can make a call?
He could make a call. He knows people up there. Utah by 5. Come on.
You know, Tom Barberi is so beloved that he's the only person that doesn't have to click it or ticket.
No,
Tom
Dad,
always wears his
up.
wears his seatbelt.
He does.
I was just looking for an amusing way in.
Wear your seatbelt. This seems like a no-brainer, but there are still a lot of people that drive around without buckling their seatbelt.
And you know, if you get involved in a serious accident, you will be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Because you'll just get your brains knocked out in the car crash, and you're a projectile in your own car.
To hurt other people.
Yeah, I think you were pointing that out, Gina.
And it's if you talk to police officers who come upon accident scenes where people have not worn their seatbelt, it's a different situation than the ones that have.
Mm-hmm.
Cops say they see the difference when they respond to crashes, as Gina was saying, whether or not somebody was buckled up. It can mean the difference between death or serious injury or just minor injuries or walking away from it.
Mm-hmm.
You walked away from a bad crash.
I was wearing my seatbelt.
Yeah. And I know you used to be a little cavalier about that.
I was.
But fortunately, that day, you were wearing your seatbelt.
The Utah County boy in me used to not wear the seatbelt.
Yeah.
But then I learned.
You were wearing it that day you got into that serious crash.
Yes, in every serious crash I've been in, I've been wearing my seatbelt, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah. So buckle up, and if you don't, they'll give you a ticket. That's why they say click it or ticket.
Dashboard Confessional, December 4th at the Complex. Doors open at...
Lionel Elgin, our friend.
Baseball announcer.
Baseball announcer extraordinaire.
I've had people asking me about Lionel. What's happened
Well, you know, the season started again, and he got another job. He announces baseball on radio stations, and
he keeps getting jobs because he's really good at it.
He is excellent at it. He's very colorful. He loves the players, is the thing. He really, really, really loves baseball players. Really.
Yeah.
A lot.
You'll see what we mean.
This is the latest tape he sent me. He got fired again. And this is what happened. This is the last one that he was at. Here you go. You tell me if he deserved firing or not. I don't know.
So we're set to go here in the third. And what a beautiful day for baseball it is. Like a day in the park, folks. The athletes like cuddly little pets, frolicking, running, jumping, chasing, and retrieving balls. Furry, fuzzy fellas. So here comes Davis now, 0 for 1 today, flying out to right in the first. Notice the way Davis likes to sway back and forth, foot to foot at the plate. The first offering from Lee, fastball strike in the outside corner, 0-1. And as Davis teeter-totters back and forth, one can't help but notice the up and down motion of each cheek of his finely toned hind end. Like 2 pistons in a perfectly timed machine, lubed with oils and perspiration for maximum viscosity. Lee set now, kicks and fires, breaking ball low, 1-1. Call it the show, folks, and no wonder. Dave is very muscular. Also, one of the unfortunate individuals involved in the steroid controversy, being questioned by league officials, of course, Davis denies it. The 1-1 pitch, just inside ball 2. I don't personally know much about steroids. I know in most cases they're taken via hypodermic needle. And I'm of the opinion, folks, that if a player wants to stick something in his hind end or have a fellow teammate poke him in the rear, so be it. Who are we to judge? If it helps the game, bend me over and stick it in.
And see, then that's when they went to commercial at that point, and
they fired him.
Then they fired him.
He doesn't get it.
Now, was it his comments about steroids? Is that what the problem was?
That must be it.
Yeah.
You know what
He sounds pro-steroid. And
You know what the problem is that he needs a color man.
He does. He needs someone in there with him.
He's doing it all by himself.
He needs to do the play-by-play. He needs somebody to do the color.
I think he's capable of doing. Well, he does both. I think perfectly.
Yeah, he does both, but he needs to.
I'm going to continue to send these to Larry Miller, and hopefully we can get him hired for the Bees. Because
you just like him in town.
Yeah, I think he's an excellent. He's an excellent announcer.
I think we got enough of his kind in this town.
Like you.
Sounded kind of bitchy.
All right. Let's see. We got Boner Fight coming up in a few moments. Well, at 9:25 is when we do that. But a little bit of news right now.
Yeah, a little bit of news brought to you by, well, we just saw him.
Oh.
Moody from Leslie's Kitchen. Offering modern Middle Eastern food, dips, salads, wraps, lunch, dinner, weekend brunch, daily fresh baked pita. Open Tuesdays through Sundays, the corner of Jefferson Street and Harvey Milk Boulevard. LazizKitchen.com.
Where's that?
Don't.
Okay. It's silly. So, our good friend Brad Wheeler sent me a text.
He's going to be on our Not Safe for Work show that we're recording next Friday.
Week from today at the Ruin.
The Ruin. You can reserve your space at x96.com.
He says I shouldn't read this because I don't want you to stay away from joining us at the Ruin. This is the kind of guy Brad is, he wanted me to say it, so I'll say it.
What?
The Sierra Club is hosting a Meet the Candidates that they've endorsed for local election. It's tomorrow at 3 p.m. at the Beer Bar.
Okay.
So, Sierra Club endorsed candidates for local election tomorrow, 3 p.m. Beer Bar. There you go, Brad. Now I've let everybody know that you're a bleeding heart liberal environmentalist.
I think they did.
Did they?
It's not.
They might have known.
Oh, I thought it was a secret. Congratulations to Jason Momoa.
What?
I didn't know.
He's got the Justice League movie coming in 2 weeks.
No, he's gotten married.
What?
Yep.
No, he's
been with Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet.
They have not been married.
Not officially married
Nope.
this whole time?
Nope.
They got a couple of kids.
They have official. You know, Gina, you can have them without being married.
You can't.
Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet have officially tied the knot, while it was assumed by those of you who assume things too much that the Game of Thrones actor and the Cosby Show.
Wait a minute,
she's done
the Angel Heart.
No, she's done
the
other things.
Ray Donovan.
No,
she was just on Ray Donovan.
Don't mention that one.
Why, Gina?
Why?
Yeah. Why shouldn't we mention Ray Donovan?
I don't think we can talk about anything about her character from Ray Donovan.
She was sleeping with her brother.
Yeah.
It's not real, Gina. It was a show.
I mean, they referred to him as the Game of Thrones. There's
he
brother
was
hugging
raping,
on that, too.
And he was raping.
Okay,
But they should say Aquaman is what they should refer to him as.
Anyway, they got married.
Oh, that's good.
He's confident with that Aquaman money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can finally take care of you.
Yeah.
Hey, this is really interesting. Don't have time to go into it, but did you know that they have discovered another chamber in one of the Great Pyramid, or the Great Pyramid at Giza? One step closer to understanding more about the only remaining wonder of the ancient world, scientists discovered a void inside the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Ben Carson says, "See, I told you, it's for graves. That's what they're for."
No, they don't. As a matter of fact, they don't think that's what it is.
Oh no, I knew that long before.
They think it might be a queen's chamber. It wasn't Tut that they in there, but it was some pharaoh.
Yeah,
that they've already discovered in there, but they think it might be his wife. Oh, maybe Cleopatra.
That's not his wife.
No, but it might be. I don't know. But it's a secret chamber, and they've never discovered it. But they have found a big void in there. They say they know it's a chamber.
How did they discover this? Was some sort of X-ray or sonar?
Sonar
or something?
kind of technology that they had
Imaging.
not used. It's called muon tomography.
Yeah, that's the sound I was making.
Muon tomography. It generates 3D images using information from particles called muons that hit the Earth close to the speed of light. And so they're not sure what it is yet. They haven't, but I guess they'll finally.
It's aliens. Aliens?
I thought you said it was grain.
That's where they kept the grain.
The shooter, the Las Vegas shooter, Stephen Paddock. Police think that girlfriend of his might be hiding something.
Really?
That's
now
what they're
you're saying that?
Speaking to local television on Wednesday, Clark County Sheriff Joe Lombardo described how cops were suspicious of Mary Lou Danley and her claims that she knew nothing about Paddock's murderous plans to shoot up the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival. There's a lot of people that have hundreds and hundreds of guns, but for this individual to do it at a certain point in time and to do it with such a robust action, you would think that Ms. Danley would have some information associated with that, Lombardo said. But we haven't been able to pull it out of her. Well, waterboard her. And then this story. Not about making this a boner candidate, but I don't know. Because I don't know how Caitlyn Jenner feels about it. A restaurant in North Texas has recently come under fire for using pictures of Caitlyn and Bruce Jenner for the female and male bathrooms in the restaurant, respectively. Some have taken to social media to blast the restaurant for being transphobic, including a Dallas News reporter, Dom DeFurio, who says that many people don't appreciate the joke. DeFurio's social media followers said the posters stigmatized transgender women and think the restaurant's decision to poke fun at Jenner came in poor taste, and some feel that the pictures, some people feel that the pictures aren't a big deal at all. As far as I know, Caitlyn Jenner has not commented on it.
Caitlyn Jenner, anything I know of Caitlyn Jenner will not be amused by this. I don't think.
I don't know. I
don't think Caitlyn Jenner has a sense of humor about any of this.
Well, that's probably true.
Yeah. And so I don't think Caitlyn will be able to look at that and go, okay, I get it.
No, I want to say
Caitlyn wants
this.
to be taken seriously.
I want to say this in all sincerity. I think it's kind of funny.
No, but if it's not to her, then
but I don't know how transgender people in general and how Caitlyn Jenner in specific would feel about it.
My guess is not happy.
But there are a lot of people commenting on it who are not transgender.
Yeah.
Who are saying that's not funny. And the owner of the restaurant, which apparently is a very highly rated restaurant, praised for its Cajun food, said, "Well, I don't mean it to be disrespectful. I just think it's funny." And he says he's going to leave the signs, the signs
until Caitlyn tells me to take it down.
Well, he didn't say that, but I think that would be, Yeah. I mean, if Caitlyn Jenner went to him and said, "Would you please not do that?" Then, but Caitlyn Jenner has never certainly disassociated herself from her past. Has never.
That's not the same thing.
She's never disassociated. She's never not acknowledged who she was. It's kind of a.
Let's get her on the phone and see what she thinks.
Would you see if you can find out?
Right. Yeah.
I think Richie has her number.
With Radio from Hell on X96.
Bonafide brought to you by The Ruin and Sugar House, a modern bar open daily from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. featuring weekly bingo, DJs, live music located on Wilmington Avenue. Ruin work is the curse of the drinking class.
All right, this is the winner from round one. You all decided it is ironic that he was robbing a hot dog stand. It's a man who, let's see, this was in, I don't know, Chicago. A guy named Terrion Pouncey, who shot himself in the penis while robbing a hot dog stand. He was putting the gun back in his waistband and Now, that's a picture of a hot dog.
Oh, thank you for clearing that up.
At x96.com/live. That's a totally uninjured hot dog.
Uninjured.
Okay. And then, it's kind of strange that I had hot dogs for dinner last night, but I did. And then boner candidate number 2, the winner of round 2, fossil fuels help prevent sexual assault, Rick Perry, Secretary of Energy, Rick Perry, a smart guy who wears glasses.
That's how you know he's smart.
Yeah. Says that, we need to expand the use of fossil fuels in third world countries so they can have electric lights and things like that. And you have electric light from the standpoint of sexual assault. When the lights are on, you have that light that shines, the light of righteousness, and it'll shine on those type of acts and it'll reduce sexual assault.
Jeez.
That's boner candidate number 2.
You've got to decide which one of these is most deserving to be boner of the day. 1 or 2. I know I have my favorite. Put your favorite in the message of a text. Just put the number right there in the message of the text, 1 or 2, and then send that to 33986. The computer will count that for us right here. It's easy. Most people do it that way. Others like the human touch. Caitlin is answering the phones. 877-602-9696.
Not Caitlyn Jenner. It's our friend Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you can go online and vote. X96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Fight November 3. And there you go. You can vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. All right? You've only got 4 minutes. Let's go. It's Boner of the Day.
say.
All right.
Hey,
give me a pack.
Somebody give me a carton of Marlboros right now.
As much of a food lover as you are, I'm curious what heavy smoking does to the taste of food, because I would think everything would taste like cigarettes.
They say that when you quit smoking, your palate wakes up, and I've never really noticed any difference at all.
You don't have that taste in your mouth all the time.
And there's a lot of people who find it really satisfying. After a meal, you light up.
Yeah. Now that's the one thing. After having a nice meal, to have a cigarette after a nice meal,
a little scotch.
That's the best.
Gina, I probably already know the answer to this question, but have you ever smoked a cigarette?
Shh. Nope.
Not at all?
Nope.
Not even a fake one?
Nope. I've never even put an unlit one in my mouth.
Really?
Nope.
All of these questions could apply to her sex life as well.
Never even put in.
Fake one, the real one, never addicted. No.
Because in high school,
after a good meal, no.
In high school, I smoked a ginseng cigarette, a whole pack of ginseng cigarettes, actually.
What?
I was
Or
in
you mean clove?
No, they were ginseng. I got them at a GNC or something like that, and it was for a show I was in, a play that I was in. I had to smoke on stage.
I have to smoke.
And so I did. And
you do.
And I liked it. I didn't like it because I thought it tasted good and it burned. I liked it because you could go, you see? Yeah.
No, that's one of the reasons I never tried it, because I was worried I would like it.
Also applying to your sex life.
Yeah, worried I would like it.
That's not any of the reason you never tried it.
That's part of the reason.
That's not even a tiny part of the reason. The tiniest part. The reason is your mother told you not to.
Well, that's a big part of it.
That's the only reason.
That's what you should do. Here's your adventure. Smoke a cigarette. There you go.
I don't want to smoke a cigarette.
It's just one. It won't hurt you.
Too many boundaries, Gina. Too many boundaries.
How many times have I heard that? Just one. It won't hurt you. It's just one.
I think the reason that Gina never started smoking was she heard the phrase, "If she smokes, she pokes," and that's when she decided that it was probably not a good idea to.
Yeah, I mean,
don't want people to think,
Yeah, or she doesn't want people to think she's easy or a nurse.
That's right. We have been talking a lot about smoking today, haven't we?
Yeah.
God.
But it is true.
Just change the bong water every time. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry, but it is true. If the old say, if she smokes, she pokes. It's pretty much true.
Yeah, that has been my experience as well.
So then it makes sense that
That's why she didn't. Telling you right now, that's why she didn't. She didn't want to look like a slut.
And it's why she still doesn't.
Couldn't you smoke? Get one of those like Hunter Thompson cigarette holder things.
FDR.
The elegant.
And then hold it like this.
Yes.
Up like Greta Garbo or something like that.
It's true. I was worried I would like it, and I have no self-control. None.
You have you?
No.
No, she doesn't have any self-control. That's why she never does anything.
Would you like another Coke, Gina?
Yes.
All right.
Someone get Gina an eclair.
I don't want an eclair.
Oh, yes,
I have
you
no
do.
room for an eclair.
Yeah. Get Gina. Look at those delicious
See
pastries.
this right here? Biscuits
that
and
part.
gravy. Just they're sitting there.
I know. Oh man, I'm in bad trouble.
I'm
with
gonna have the
weight.
burger later. That's gonna be interesting.
Yay.
That didn't sound like Jason Momoa.
All right, it's time to award Boner of the Day.
And this morning's Boner is brought to you in part by a hot dog with grilled peppers and onions and a delightful side salad.
That actually sounds really good.
Oh, it was.
And White Rabbit, Red Rabbit, a slyly humorous, audaciously pointed theater entertainment meets social experiment. Starring Bill Allred on November 4th, but other readers for each performance is running through December 2nd. Go to utahpresents.org for tickets. And also, I think we were supposed to give away Park City Ski Swap bucks in there. Park City Ski Swap going on.
It starts at 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, do you have
and
that
goes
information?
Just by, I do. By memory, it's by 8 o'clock tonight, goes to 1 in the morning. And then tomorrow and Sunday, here we go. Tomorrow, 10 to 6, Sunday, 10 to 2. It's at the Basin Recreation Fieldhouse, New Park at Center Drive in Kimball Junction, just off I-80. So if you get off the I-80 there at Kimball Junction, I bet in anything there are signs everywhere directing you to the Park City Ski Swap.
I'm sure of it.
So number one was, it's ironic that he was robbing a hot dog stand. A guy who accidentally shot himself in the penis while robbing a hot dog stand. Going against number two, fossil fuels help prevent sexual assault. Energy Secretary, I'm smart because I wear glasses, Rick Perry, who said that, we bring fossil fuels to the third world countries and help them generate electricity. Get light, we get lights. And, lights, by the way, they reduce sexual assault. He's also saying there's a lot of sexual assault in third world countries, places like Africa.
That's true. It's not untrue.
He's okay.
What's
I'm not gonna get into it.
Okay. Now, what he's saying is that rape only happens when there's no light.
There's no light.
That's what he's saying.
And he was also demeaning people in Africa, is where he was talking about Africa specifically. So the winner was boner candidate number 2,
yes,
Rick Perry.
Well, he may not win boner of the week, but he's got a chance coming up.
He'll always have a boner place in my heart.
All right.
That's such a nice thought.
Yeah, well,
let's see. Did we conduct all the business?
I think.
I was so sad that we weren't getting food from Laziz.
Yeah.
He's coming back.
He'll come
You can go there for lunch
I know,
if you want.
It's brought to me here. If
yeah.
I mean, I'll go, and I
It's
will,
not
but
far.
it's great when it's brought to me here.
Absolutely.
When things are brought to you,
That's always better.
They
It's
taste
like,
better.
You sound like Aquaman, though. Now
Yeah. Well, I'm not, using my power and abusing it. He was volunteering to bring it.
Yeah.
And it's always good when someone brings you something as opposed to.
I agree 100%. Let's see, but
yes.
Do we want to talk about this comedy show now?
We probably should. Yes.
Yes. This is Kyle Steenblick.
Hello.
Kyle J. Steenblick.
What's the J?
Joseph, actually.
Okay. You sounded like you hesitated.
I mean,
like,
not that
maybe I don't want to say.
He couldn't remember.
Yeah.
He didn't remember.
I don't know.
Kyle is, he lives in Davis County and is vice president of Atheists of Utah.
That's right.
Also a local film critic. His criticism can be found at watchplayread.com. And he is also a podcaster with Utah Outcasts and the Nerd Dome podcast, and author of a children's book, which will be published early the next year. But you're here to talk about a comedy show that you're involved with. Now, I was under the impression that atheists did not have a sense of humor.
We don't. It's going to be a very bland comedy show. It's mostly... It's really just a guys for a lecture circuit that we're putting on.
Now, who was that guy that was the president of the American Atheists? We had him here. He had no sense of humor. Oh, man. What's that guy's name?
David Silverman.
Yeah,
Silverman.
I was not a fan.
He was the angry atheist.
Yeah.
He is. He's the angry atheist that make us nice ones look good.
So what are you doing here with the comedy show, Kyle?
Well, we thought it would be a fun way, first, to just kind of raise everybody's spirits. Because
everybody's bummed out.
Wait,
things
Kyle,
are a little...
Excuse me, let me stop you there. We don't have spirits.
We don't.
right.
We don't
don't.
have spirits.
We don't.
Thank you. Oh, that was very good.
It's a metaphor.
That was very good.
All right.
Yeah.
We thought it would be a good way to,
Cheer people up.
cheer people up, and while we're at it, raise a little money because we're gearing up. The next legislative session is coming up, and it would be good to have some funds to
For the atheist lobby?
for the atheist lobby.
So
Or to set one up.
So you haven't done this prior. I mean, you haven't. The atheists have not lobbied the legislature.
We have done minor amounts of public awareness, but we have not yet directly lobbied the legislature.
So you want to raise enough money so you can shove your godlessness down everyone's throat.
We have to compete.
Yes.
Yes.
The competition is very stiff up
And you
there.
do that with dollars.
We do.
So what is the comedy show and where is the comedy show?
Comedy show is November 5th, so it's this Sunday.
Okay.
At Wise Guys Downtown.
Aren't you aware that Sunday is a day of rest?
We're-
Oh wait, that's not.
There's no rest for.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
wicked.
for-
Okay.
yeah. There's no rest for the wicked. Yeah.
We're going to try to rest. Like we said, it's just a lecture circuit, so we're hoping there's going to be some good
So-
resting going on
So
during
Wise
the show.
Guys Downtown, which is right there.
Right down here at the gateway. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. Tickets are $15.
And who are some of the comics?
We've got a hell of a lineup of comics. Hang on.
There now you're in the spirit of things.
We're in a hell of a lineup.
Oh, is he?
Jay.
Jay
He
Whitaker?
was supposed to. He was
the
supposed
one
to
and
come in
only.
today, and I don't know what happened to him. But
Well, it's Jay. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay Whitaker's going to be there for us. We have a friend of ours coming in from out of town, Mike Lee,
Okay.
the comedian, not the
senator.
Yeah.
Who is not an atheist.
He's not.
I would
No,
think,
and
yeah.
if you're looking for somebody without a sense of humor,
Well, Jay's not an atheist either, but he's performing.
Oh, okay.
he is. He is. He does. He's behind our cause here.
And expect the crowd to get one of these. Y'all need Jesus. He'll give you.
Well, he's not. And
We've never heard that before.
He'll give you one of those lines.
And you don't need to be an atheist to go to the show.
No, you absolutely don't. You don't. You absolutely don't need to be an atheist. Hey, you don't even need to really support our cause if you just want a good show.
Just want to go see comedy show.
Yeah,
right.
But we've got. Let me read our
give us the
lineup
list
here
because we're running out of time.
So our friend Mike Lee, Jay Whitaker, Natasha Mower, Taurus Fairley, Nicholas Smith, Matt Turner, Sam Poulter, Aaron Ortiz. I'm sorry, I can't. Yeah. And Elizabeth Church, and I am going to be hosting, so it's going to be an abysmal failure.
All right. So it's this Sunday, Wise Guys, 6 p.m. Is there a website people can go to find out more?
You can find out more on the Wise Guys website, of course, wiseguyscomedy.com.
Okay.
And on
You can buy tickets there or at the
You
door.
can buy tickets there or at the door.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Kyle Steenblick.
You are very welcome, and thank you for having me.
Okay, we'll be back in a moment, but first.
Black Velvet Boutique. Sex is no joke. Black Velvet Boutique is not some porn store or novelty store. Black Velvet Boutique is a valuable sexual wellness resource for grown-ups who enjoy or who want to learn how to enjoy sex. One of the ways you can do that is ask about their free sex education workshops. Other stores charge for those. They don't at Black Velvet Boutique. They're open 7 days a week. They're locally owned and operated, staffed by really cool, fun, compassionate, caring women. Dawn and Lee are the owners, but everybody that works there is great. They're supportive and passionate about making sure their customers have a positive experience. They emphasize positive relationships between partners and with yourself. All-inclusive, judgment-free shopping at Black Velvet Boutique. Sex can be uncomfortable to talk about, and Black Velvet Boutique says they believe in no shame in sex or wanting to be educated about sex. They're open 7 days a week, 293 South State Street in Clearfield, or go to blackvelvetboutique.com.
Hey there, it's John Smith on X96, and I'm your official host every Sunday night at 10 for SLC Punks. A full hour.
pretty interesting.
What's that?
Gina, you just said that Bergdahl, Bo Bergdahl, they found him. They've come to a conclusion in his case. He's the guy who walked away from his unit in Afghanistan, was captured by the Taliban, spent 5 years in captivity, and then they did a trade. The Obama administration did a trade for some Taliban guys from Guantanamo to get Bergdahl back to the United States. And then at first they weren't going to charge him with anything, and then they did finally charge him with
desertion.
No, they didn't charge him with desertion, as it turns out. It's a little known law that they charge him with. What is it? Not consorting with the enemy, but something like that.
Giving comfort to
I don't know what it. But at any rate, he's been on trial in a military court, not a civilian court, and they have come to the decision that they will discharge him from the service dishonorably, but he's not going to serve any time at all. And when he has to forfeit a certain amount, he has to forfeit some pay that he's been, and they're busting him to private. So,
but no jail time.
And as I was reading through it, it's interesting that most people seem to feel that he suffered a lot when he was.
And it's not going to get any better for him either.
Yeah, I mean, no, it won't. He will have to just go to.
Yeah, where does he work now? What does he do?
He'll go home to Idaho and lay low, and and people will. So he'll find some way. But he said he did take the stand and say he was exceptionally sorry. By the way, the Army investigated, and of course, Trump on the campaign trail said he was responsible for soldiers losing their lives while they were looking for him. That never happened.
No,
that didn't happen.
A dog lost its life.
Now they were pretty. It wasn't. I mean, they put themselves in danger, but nobody was killed searching for him. So it's interesting to. I think they just, and then I was just reading the description of what he went through in captivity. It was really unpleasant.
Which is probably why he didn't get any more.
And he took the stand and said, "I'm really sorry. I didn't mean for all of this." And Anyway,
all right. Boner of the week.
Dave, the flower guy is here.
Buy flowers from Dave if you see him out downtown.
Yeah, Dave is. That's what Dave's doing now to make money, is selling flowers specifically.
Right.
He's here to pick Boner of the Week. Here we go, Dave. We've got to go now. Number one. She's maybe a little heavy, but she has a pretty face. Quebec judge. He told this 17-year-old girl got sexually assaulted in a cab by a 40-year-old cab driver. And the judge in the case said, well, that cab driver was a pretty good-looking guy, and he wore a lot of cologne, so maybe she kind of liked it. Boner candidate number 2, you must be punished for eating the ice cream. A mother of 4 in Idaho beat her children because they ate the ice cream. Boner candidate number 3 from Wednesday, Junior Trump is pretty dim, him trying to give a lesson to his daughter about Halloween candy. Maybe I'll just have her give that candy away to kids who sat at home and teach her about socialism. Boner candidate number 4 from yesterday, bye-bye Jamaican Barbie, the white roommate who sufficiently harassed her black roommates to make the roommate leave, and now she's being charged with crimes. And Boner candidate number 5 from today, fossil fuel helps prevent sexual assault. That brilliant energy secretary, Rick Perry. Which one was the worst, Dave?
Number 2.
You must be punished for eating ice cream.
I had a feeling.
They were beaten, their heads were shaved.
I still want to know what kind of ice.
Because I honestly did. I tried to find
out. Oh, I did. I looked too.
I couldn't find
It's not in any story.
It's not absolutely zero relevance to the story, but I tried to find out.
All right, let's, we don't have the promo.
No.
Yeah.
Should we do a promo?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe we're not doing a show on Monday.
Oh, that'd be good.
Maybe.
There have been calls for us to step down.
Demands?
Just calls. Oh, here we go.
Oh, someone wrote that one quickly.
This is a brilliant one. Yeah.
Enjoy your weekend.
We are. Oh,
hey.
Sorry. Do it again.
Enjoy your weekend.
There is an assumption that we are.
We'll see you on Monday, maybe.
Yeah. for the Radio from Hell show. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that on Monday. That's exhausting.
Boy.
Could you not be chatting up our producer so much that he neglects to write the promo about the things that we do on the show?
I take no responsibility for your producer.
All right.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm going to give away some Disney on Ice tickets.
Hey, have you passed your stone?
I did.
Yeah?
It was-
you ought to give it away as a prize.
It was awesome.
Now, you said you had 3, though.
I passed all 3.
All 3?
All 3.
Did you catch them?
They're through my system. I did, and then I flushed them.
Why?
Any of them here?
None of them looked significant.
Oh.
Okay.
One of them was here.
One of them was here.
Carrie, you obviously haven't been in that bathroom.
I've
Boy,
not.
The urinal looks like the
blood everywhere.
Belko experiment
It
was
looks
in
like
there.
it looks like an abattoir.
I thought you were gonna have it made into like a necklace or something.
I was gonna mount it in a ring and
yeah.
give it to my wife on our anniversary.
Get it polished. You know, that'd be nice.
The joke I made, which is probably, I'm not going to make the joke. I'll make the joke off the air.
Okay.
Because I think people would take it the wrong way.
All right.
All right, so you got that going. Anything else today? That's the big stuff.
It's Friday.
A lot of music.
I'm going to play a lot of music. And the Todd's coming in late today, so I'll probably play some fun stuff that he usually doesn't let me play.
You don't think he has a radio where he is?
I just don't have to answer the phone when he calls and yells at me.
Oh, okay.
Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Killing bugs and getting paid.
John Smith is next.
Keep listening, damn it.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.